What is up, everyone? It's your boy T-Noodle coming at you live with the magical, mystical Momo and the Konotoki doing some producing, observing everything for us tonight. And Momo, I am super excited. I'm excited because tonight we have Season 19 Challenger Playoffs between Green Lotuses and the Red Room Wraiths. Momo, how are you feeling tonight?
Dude, I was feeling a little bit uncentered. I'm still scrambling here. I cannot find the center. This time it is me, but I am excited for this matchup.
Yeah, you just gotta center yourself. You gotta find yourself.
Dude,
you just gotta do it.
Is this good? Am I square? No.
And
you
are square. But yeah, anyway, we are going into tonight's matchup, right? And these two teams, they're really neck and neck. I mean, that's kind of how the middle of the tiers are for every single division here in CSC. We have the Lotuses, who I believe are going to be rolling in at the 6th seed. Their standings in the season are 7-6, and then all the way down at the 11th seed is going to be the Wraiths. But I mean, they're 6-7. I mean, these guys are really as close as you can get here, Momo.
Right. I mean, that just kind of shows how Chally was this season. It was a neck and neck race, and I mean, just teams fighting to get into the playoffs. So I mean, honestly, it's a big jump in ranking, but I mean, this could actually pretty much go anyone's way. And we're going to jump into the map bans here. It's not going to be Overpass. It's not going to be Nuke. We're actually going to start on Inferno.
Ooh, Inferno, Ancient, and Lotus is green. They got to pick that green map, and then it's going to finish on Anubis. This is a ludicrous map pool, man. We get Ancient and Anubis. This is like CSC season like 14 through 16 right here, where everything was just those two maps. But I mean, talking about both these teams, Lotuses, they were the higher seed. They started out the season 1-4, right? And they finished with a bang, going 5-1 in their last 6 maps. So they've been on a heater lately, averaging about a 1.01 rating. And between their top and bottom of their team, no one's really getting too high. No one's getting too low. It's kind of just a mix and match of who's going to have the star performances throughout it. As their best player had a 106 rating throughout the season. Their lowest had a 9.3. So yeah, really no one being too much of an anchor and really no one being too much of a carry.
No, and I mean, speaking of the Lotuses, I mean, they forged this roster through fire, it sounds like. I mean, they cut 8 people to get this team together and ready for the playoffs. And, speaking of getting cut, I will never not cast a Wraiths game over here for the Red Room without saying that this is the only team that I have I got cut from, the only team that I've participated with. So I know some of the guys on here are absolute dogs, but since they did cut me, I'm gonna have to go with Lotus on this one.
Dang, I thought you cut yourself, but there's some serious hate
Whoa.
here. That's wild, man. I thought you cut yourself from the roster. The roster is what I meant to say here. But I mean, going into these maps, right? We said Inferno was going to be the first pickup first pickup tonight, and Wraiths, they have not played Inferno yet this season. Lotuses, at least in official matches, they might have played it in scrims. Lotuses, they only played it once. They did take an L on it. It was 13-8 against the Molotov Mages, who they finished 3rd. So I mean, like, that's one of the better teams here in the division, right? So
yeah.
So I mean, but at the end of the day, it's Inferno, right? Everyone knows how to play this map. So I want to see what the IGLs do in terms of manipulating.
Everybody does, and I mean, you got to think of the 2 maps that were the first like bans. If you go into Overpass and Nuke without like scrimming properly and knowing how to play that, we've seen teams do that this postseason. And I think last time we were on here, it was like a 13-2 whenever we did our quadcast for the NA Nades for their premier team, just for them to reverse sweep the series and come back. So I mean, if you come into one of those maps unprepared, you're asking to lose. If you come into Inferno unprepared, maybe you can make a little magic happen and pull one off.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams looking to get this magic. I mean, that's what's exciting about the playoffs. I mean, whenever I was building teams, when I was GMing in CSC, it's like, yes, it's like we want to have a good regular season, but because so many teams make it for the playoffs, you're kind of building for two different things. It's like you want to be able to do just enough to get to the playoffs, and then the playoffs is an entire different game. You're playing best of threes. You're playing for typically anywhere from 2 to 3 hours. That is exhausting. You could be killing it and be BO1s throughout the season, but you just it gets sleepy time after about one map, right? Like you get a little bit tired going into this. You got to have players who it's like not only can like have the energy to play that long, but have the energy to deal with the other 4 people in your Discord channel for that long. When the going gets tough, you want players that it's like are not going to shut down. You want them to think of ideas. Yeah, you want those players that are going to be able to uplift the team, that can just pull things out of their butt. You know, like just pull some magic out of there. You know, and just get that confidence going, get that flow, get that energy, because you guys got long nights ahead of you for the foreseeable future if you want to win this whole thing.
No, I mean, that's a great point. Everybody's used to the BO1s, and it's important to not only have those great starters, but, shout out MLB opening day. You got to have some solid closers on your team that's able to close out a series, because it does become a long night, and you have to imagine a little anxiousness on both sides. I mean, you don't want to come all this way just to get eliminated in the first round. Nobody does. So you have to imagine these teams are scrimming before and just kind of workshopping things, tuning things up before the game. So, I mean, you end up on Counter-Strike for like the last 4 to 5 hours, and you just get really sleepy really fast.
Yeah, just definitely want to, and really, it's about taking your advantage of your breaks between these games. Take your full like 5 to 10 minutes. Like, don't just rush into the next game. Take a breather, because you got a long night. You got to get a mental reset going, and that a lot of people do tend to overlook that.
Yeah, I mean, even as from a caster standpoint, after doing like a long series and then a team like just rage loads in or something, and you're just like, all right, that was a banger map 1. We got 2 minutes and we are just right into map 2, and like you're on full tilt. So yeah, no. And I know I'm going to say it already early. Take your timeouts. You got a lot of them. You got 4 of them. Use them. Use a couple of them. You lose pistol round, you lose your first rifle round. It doesn't hurt to click pause.
Yeah, just click pause, get that reset, and get yourselves going, because you can't let anybody on your roster fall too down on themselves. And then what's also a hidden thing, it's like when you have that person on your team that can get a little bit emo sometimes, can get a little bit hard on themselves, when they do one thing like that maybe they get a nice shot, you hype them up like crazy, go like, oh hell yeah, bro! It's like, I don't care if we lost that round, that shot was sweet. Or it's like, oh dude, I think you made the right play there. Just it didn't work out. The other guy's the one that did something dumb. You gotta build this confidence so that they can last, because you can't let those emo feelings get in there.
No, and even if it goes wrong, it's never your fault. It's not. No. All right, it's unlucky, unfortunate timing. You team kill someone. That's not crosshair, man. Hey, you hit my head. That's a nice shot. That's a nice shot right there.
It's like crosshair placement's great. All right, just wrong guy.
Keep it happens.
Yeah. You're just too wide. You're too locked in. And speaking of being locked in, we want to give a shout out to everyone in this chat who is ready to be locked in with us tonight. We're going to be running off some names. So Tucker, Manifest Destiny, geez. I appreciate you coming here. Starlink, I'm pretty sure this is Dewey fan. I'm just going to say it, and if it's not, I will take that L. Rowdy, CW. We got Mr. Flubs. What's up, squad? Thank you guys for tuning in here. I appreciate you guys coming to the chat, because these 2 teams, these 10 players, are ready to deliver a show for you guys tonight.
Yeah, well, they're not quite ready, but they're mentally ready, just not physically ready. And I do think that, I do think you're absolutely right. I think that's Dewey, because Dewey knows that I did indeed give up on the team. I was not cut. I pulled myself from the running to make the choice easier, Which, I just sat in the cuck chair, and here I am to watch.
That is wild. We're getting all the players loaded in the server. It seems like one person is taking a little bit of time. So we're going to go cut to a break here, give it a little bit of time for these players to get in. And in just a moment, we're going to be sending it to Inferno.
Hell yes.
And looks like we're here, Momo, right now, starting the Challenger Season 19 finals right here on Inferno between Green and Boo, Lotuses and Wraiths, Davids and Goliaths, but everyone right now, there is no David versus Goliath. These guys are neck and neck, and right now, we're seeing the Wraiths. They're starting to go through alt mid, starting to go through mid quickly. They're looking to start up this night hot. Amos is leading the charge, looking to swing around this corner. He has 2 on site, firing the first couple shots. We are seeing some shots back and forth. CT's in the advantage, but Amos and Burby get some great trades there, and now it's a 3v3. Bomb going down in sight. Bungus does take out Amos, and now it's going to be a 3v2 retake. Both players trapped on site. It's going to be tough for them to hold it down. Fighting against these Glocks, so Frosty gets a kill. Griffin in the 1v3!
Oh, Griffin
gets all 3 and gets number 1 here for the Wraiths.
That is one way to get it done. 1v3, no problem for Griffin at the start of this series. Like we said, these players are coming in wired. And I mean, that was a great take on the A bomb site. You would like to see it maybe have a smoke or something to delay the retake, but all you really need is Griffin implanted in the site to cover your back. And yeah, Wraiths with a huge pistol round win. It's not going to be a force buy for the Lotuses, so we should see a pretty easy conversion as long as they don't run into this B stack.
Boo crew in chat definitely got to be feeling themselves. All these pistols right now from the Lotuses seem to be planting themselves towards the B site. Meanwhile, we are seeing a waterfall here come up from the Wraiths, starting to float around outside of those apartments, and yeah, just gonna be planning and playing it out.
Yeah, it should be pretty free. I'm trying to see like what's worth saving right now if you're on the Lotuses. I don't think you go for a save. You try to take some of these Galils away and just kind of damage the economy as much as you can, and Vin is going to lead us off, pushing mid here.
Yeah, all these players, that is one guy spotted. Amos spotted a whole gaggle of Lotuses there, so he wants to fall back a little bit. And Lil Frosty gets caught out with his pants down, and Amos collected $1,200 there. Griffin gets a kill, and the Glock doing more work, but Full Cap does get that one. Eventually going down, and the Wraiths really happy about that round.
Yeah, pretty much a clean conversion, only losing Amos, and I'm sure Amos doesn't mind as he's going to be able to get an AK in his hands, which will help this rifle/bonus round. I'm curious. No, yeah, they're going to go straight for the op. I would like to see, personally, like a rifle, maybe even a small buy, just full-on bonus this round and rush B. You know, it's Inferno. Just play aggressive.
It's interesting to see that op come out, especially with the 2 SMGs still online here for the Wraiths, but we'll see what happens here for the Boo crew. Right now, Amos is just going to be looking down through mid, and yeah, right now settling into a default, just trying to choke it down, and Lotuses don't really have too much util to be able to play out this default too much.
Yeah, if Wraiths can just force that utility to come out, like once Bungus throws this smoke and molly, the B side's going to be super vulnerable, and the double spot, I believe Bungus saw that, so the utility should be coming out here shortly from Bungus. Yeah, he's going to throw the smoke now. Amos just seeing if he can find anything with that op to get this round started for the Wraiths.
Yeah, CT's right now actually being fairly good about their smoke so far, still keeping 2 alive. We're at 60 seconds remaining in this round. Right now, though, we do see a little bit of a Bungus playing a little bit deeper in that CT towards B. Bomb starting to migrate towards this B site. One player in apps, it is Jowan, who's going to be lurking here in the apartments. And I wonder if it's going to be a little bit of a louder one, trying to keep that attention. That scope should be heard on B from the new player in New Box.
Yeah, they still have a decent amount of block utility. 2 smokes and a molly. This is going to be very difficult. You need your SMGs to pop in here as soon as the smoke is thrown, and we're about to see the execute happen. I have to imagine this crop. No. Wow. A full rotate with this late in the round, and Zhao able to pick up the kill on Dingus Fart.
Yeah, Lil Frosty being very sneaky, though. No one's going to be clearing up him in apartments. He's going to get that first kill, but gets traded out by Burby. That is going to be the A-bomb site wide open, though. We do see Vin trying to sneak through this middle smoke. He's going to have contact with Burby very soon, and he's going to take him down. Now we're looking at this 3v3 retake. No utility online for the CTs, and there's a decent belt still on Zhao. So we'll see what the players do. 1 in library, 2 coming up from the truck side, trying to slice the pie as they're moving through. Nade does just a chunk of damage, And Vin just kind of leading ahead. Bungus finds that first kill onto Nick. Bungus is going to get a second. And now it's just going to be Amos in the back of sight. Gets the one. And one is very close. Didn't spot him in full cap. Gets that
they
kill.
Don't have it.
Defuse.
They don't have it.
Happening. That is tough.
Wow. That is huge.
Down.
I know you're not able to save any guns. So I mean, even though Amos invested in that op, putting it to good use that round, and honestly, Ben getting that kill, which initiated the retake, may have been the worst case scenario for the Lotuses, because now their economy once again is not in the greatest place. The Wraiths, though, I mean, they're going to be curious. There we go. The op is going to be dropped over to Amos. I saw him with $50. I was like, there's no way he doesn't have anything.
Yeah, going up against another eco, as you mentioned. We do see 2 MP9s actually get bought up, though. Bungus might be able to get a drop from a teammate later on. They are in that full loss at the moment. That Molly Nate combo is going to make things very uncomfortable for Bungus, sitting with just 38 HP, but Griffin and Amos getting 2 kills early on, and Bungus is still going to be trapped here at the sandbags.
Those 2 kills, there's no reason to even test the B bomb site as Griffin's looking for this final A player, and I don't think there's anywhere to run. Has to jump out the window, and Jal is just ready for him.
Right now, everything is going away for the Boo crew. Got to be feeling it in chat right now. They got to be feeling themselves, the Boo fans. Amos does miss his shot, however, holding for that little bit of exit play. Now full cap sliding up here right in this cubby with this Deagle, looking to play some exits.
Yeah, I mean, if you can recover an AK here, that would be huge for the utility that you can buy next round. He said Bungus is really the only player that fully bought down to $750. So, and he's actually playing for an exit right now, and he's going to find one onto Jal. But he does have enemies swarming on him at the moment.
Yeah, Burby took down full cap, and it's just going to be Bungus keeping his MP9 online. And he was the one who we were a little bit concerned if he had to rebuy armor. And yeah, it looks like it's not going to matter here. Lotus is going to be able to fully buy up full util, full armor, full guns. This is going to be their best chance to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, and hey, this is what we talked about before this match started. This is where I'm like, hey, we got 4 timeouts and we got a long series. I don't mind taking one right here and saying, hey guys, how are we going to stop the bleeding? How are we going to win this round? Because you do not want to get opt early, but it's going to be op v op versus mid. Missed shot, then able to get away.
Yeah, things got a little bit spicy here. We're seeing the Wraiths go a little bit faster against this gun round. I kind of like the change of pace here to really surprise these guns here from the CT side. Dingus already being pushed all the way back, and he gets pulled through that box. Griffin also getting a kill, and now
you have to save.
Back with the library, and the off goes down as well. So it's just going to be full cap and Bungus, who are already going to have to fly away into the T-spawn because things are looking scary.
And there's still so much time on the bomb. You almost want to send Bungus on the op retrieval mission with the MP9 in his hand, but no, they're both just going to be waiting in T-spawn. Wraiths are looking unstoppable right now. The change of tempo caught Lotuses completely off guard on the A-bomb site, and nobody is going to go down on their side unless the bomb, of course, has something to say otherwise.
Yeah, right now, Wraiths, that was a very big surprise, even to me, just completely changed the pace. They knew they were going to be going up against full utility, but they said, let's throw caution to the wind, and let's go against these players. As you mentioned earlier, Burby does end up going down to that bomb. Don't really care about that. They've been keeping a lot of players alive on these rounds, so they're loaded right now.
They are loaded, and it's all been the Griffin and Amos show, really, for the Wraiths. Every time they're cracking into a bomb site, it's those 2 players that are really doing the most impact, and the Lotuses just need one of their players to stand out, and it's going to be a timeout right here to see what they can do a little bit better, maybe try to formulate something to catch this Boo crew off guard.
Yeah, this is Boo Crew's map pick, so I mean, they definitely had a reason for going here. We didn't see them play it throughout the regular season, as we mentioned in the pregame. Lotuses did only play it once, but I mean, right now, Lotuses certainly were not expecting this. Right now, getting straight up punched in the mouth.
Yeah, I mean, hey, do you ever go into a series and you're like, you know what, guys? we haven't played Inferno, but I kind of feel like playing Inferno.
You know, it's one of those maps that you can just completely manipulate, and one of those maps that even if you're not firing on all cylinders aim-wise, you can find your way to strat yourself a victory. So it's always one of those map picks that can work in your favor if you've been hitting it in the lab for a bit.
It's also just one of those maps that it's really rough economically to grow on the CT side with how much action that happens, and that's why you see so many saves, and that's why so many people call for this map's head whenever it's time to remove a map, but Valve refuses to let Inferno go. I like this position from Bungus, though. He is going to be left alone, though, so if the Boo crew can sniff this out, it's going to be danger for the B bomb site, but they want to go A. They have 2 players in apartments right now, and they're about to pressure mid, try to pincer on this balcony position.
Yeah, this is interesting mid setup. So far, the Wraiths, they've been playing very defaulty and just trying to feel them out. I'm sure they're not committed yet. I could see a little bit of a loud lurk coming in from the players. That smoke definitely might deter them a little bit here.
Yeah, I don't like for the Wraiths not having anyone car. If you're going to commit this much, you still want a little bit of B prio. Because, yeah, it's going to be a 4-stack. This is going to be really rough for the Wraiths.
These 2 players, one on top of porch. Guns are still a little bit light. Full cap does get a little bit split off, and that flashbang is going to do wonders, and Dingus completely whiffs his spray. Vin, though, does get an op kill, but that is all he will get. Now it's going to be a 4v2 advantage here for the Boo crew, and right now Bungus and Full Cap are debating whether they want to go for it, but that much util being unloaded on them, you gotta save again, and it sucks.
It does, and that's why it's so important. I mean, there's no noise on any part of the map, anywhere towards B site. Someone, either the boosted player or the player under him on patio, needs to play anti-flash because just the Wraiths were completely ready for him. They clear him immediately, and the backup was flash, so he had to swing out of there. He was late to the trade and was just completely caught off guard whenever he saw 3 Boo members running at him.
Yeah, and I mean, Lotuses, they are still going to be able to buy this next round, right? They have max loss, but I mean situations like this where you're getting like, was it 3,400 every round? You know, like some people are going to be able to have these big guns. Some people aren't. They're going to be like fringe buying some of these players a lot of the times because they're going to have to keep buying back into this. And my goodness, this transition. I mean, Kono was just in the kitchen this morning.
I don't know if you heard it. I know keen listeners heard it, but the Wraiths ended that round playing Baby Sharks on the bells. And, I mean, that's just good vibes all around if you're going to play Baby Shark in the playoffs. Oh, that is not a good start. But that is a good start for Amos. It doesn't matter if a Molly missed because now you have this upper car control, and Little Frosty is alone on the B site as it stands for the moment with an MP9 in his hand.
Oh, what a flash there. That is a good stall. However, the push is still happening, and it's not going to be good for anything. Little Frosty goes down, gets a little melty, and now it's going to be a 5v3 advantage with the B side taking over.
It's Inferno.
Save, and one player, it's Zhao, who might be holding some exits towards A.
And you know Bungus is saying, guys, we're saving this. I do not want to be locked onto an MP9 for another 4 rounds. I finally have an M4 in my hand, and I plan on using it. Just not this round.
Yeah, maybe not this round. 3 staying alive this round. That's going to be getting them their kits. That's going to be getting them their util. And they're hoping it's going to start getting them some kills next round.
Just a little critique. I mean, if you're the Wraiths, you're up 7-0. 6-0 as it stands now, but why aren't you hunting this more? Like, you know, the CT economy is so just uncomfortable. I would be trying to take these weapons. I'd be sending at least 3 players to look for the remaining Lotus members. But I mean, I guess they don't want to be too greedy. A round win is a round win, and if you haven't given up a round, why change anything up?
Yeah, earlier on in this game, you just want to kind of stabilize your economy, like make sure it can take a lot of hits. And I think now they're at that point where they can take a lot of hits. So, yeah, you might be right on the money there, Momo. They should start hunting if they continue this domination. That being said, why hunt these guns and risk running into crossfires if they can't stop you with these guns anyway, right?
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to give any of these players a chance to heat up. Maybe they kill you whenever you go hunt them and their aim starts to be online, and it's just not something you don't want to change the momentum whenever everything's going your way. And just a reminder, Boo is the 11th seed in this matchup. Obviously, it was, a 1-win differential, 7-6 for the Greenhouse team and 6-7 for the Boo crew. But yeah, no, it's just complete domination, one-sided on their map pick of Inferno right now.
Yep, and now with this off, Vin looking to peek down middle, but Amos is going to be showing that he is the king snake, and he gets that first kill, so now it's going to be a 5v4 advantage here for the T side, and they're starting to run down through middle. Fungus is going to be getting that first kill. When he's reloading, he might get chased, but Dingus Farts is the hero there, does get taken down by Zhao, and now things are a little bit scattered here for the T side, though. We are seeing Lil Frosty might get caught out here from Griffin, who's playing a little cheeky, but he misses his shot. Good trade there from Zhao. Nice awareness. But now he's going to be in a 1v2. Bomb is now inside of that smoke towards middle. He might be able to collect.
Yeah, this is very recoverable. And if he's able to pivot over to the B bomb site, still so much time to play with. This is a very winnable round for Zhao. Finally, some life for the Lotuses. They're finally in a round. It hasn't been close since pistol round whenever Griffin had the 1v3.
I don't want Lotuses to overthink this. Whenever you're in a spot where a player, it's just in a 1vx, right? He has to pick one of the bomb sites. He might as well have the perfect positioning on one of them. Right now, we are still seeing Bungus deeply on this bomb site, and he's just going to take down Zhao. It's going to be the first on the board for the Lotuses, and Lotus fans, we need to see you cheering in this chat because looks like your squad is finally waking up.
Yeah, they're here, not their map pick. Still a chance to recover this. It's not out of question that this map is still online for the Lotuses, but you need to start winning rounds now because we've seen it time and time again. You win a very close round and then lose, and your economy once again just goes to shambles.
Right, you are, and let's see how the movement looks to be going. We are seeing Vin on that off one again, playing a little bit more passive, but Amos,
nice, Amos
definitely playing aggro, holding that angle, and now it's just going to be full cap playing in that sandbags, but the T side has decided to vacate Banana, and they're starting to reassess the positioning on this map. Still 90 seconds remaining in this round, so they can burn a lot of util with just a little bit of noise here from the Lotuses.
Yeah, and the Wraiths not making the same mistake they did last round. They got that opening kill and decided to just have the tempo go through the roof, and they ran a little bit too fast for themselves into a trap on the A bomb site. They find the opening kill this round, and they're just going to sit on it.
Yeah, there's no need to rush it. Right now, we do see the Lotuses still have a lot of utility. I'd like to see some noise spread out throughout the map to try to burn some of this util. Right now, it's a 2-2, though. And some of these players are playing very far back, so noise might not do too good. Amos is throwing some util towards B right now.
Oh, miss flash.
So, looks like he's just kind of dumping it. And now the A push starting to happen. It's going to be a 4v1 on the bomb site. Bungus is kind of rotating around. That's going to be a first kill for Dingus, and now it's going to be a good crossfire as Bungus gets a kill as well. And Dingus chewing up some legs here. Cannot die. He's getting
nice
more.
Dingus.
Dingus is failing himself, tossing an 8 towards Amos. Amos does get a trade. Amos does have the bomb in hand.
Allowed to plant.
He is planting. And Nade going down on the side. He finds a way to exit. Amos has a gap. He could get to Apps, and it's planted for him. Now in this 1v2, still has one flashbang. We do see 2 flashes and a molly here from the CT side. So that molly, that could be a very big signal here, but full cap goes down. Molly is still online. I presume he would want to throw this towards App.
Oh, he didn't stick it.
He's not being stuck, and Amos snuck down back here, and he has fallen out. And Vin not sticking again. Now he's pushed it deep. The bomb is ticking away, and the Wraiths have flown away. It's 8-1 for the Boo crew.
Vin learned a valuable lesson today, and that's that pros don't fake. He had the timing, but obviously Amos, who's been dominating, has the op in apartments. There's no way you're going to stick the bomb because he's just going to re-swing and take you down. But no, Amos with the reposition after finding the one. And I thought they were a little crazy for not going with this execute with Amos with them. Amos was throwing utility B, as you said, and they went for the take on A. Amos is the best player right now on Wraiths. Kind of want to take a site with your best player, I would imagine.
Yeah, definitely like to get that one back. Van peeking down middle. Not going to be able to connect on that shot right there. And seeing some aggression here on Banana from the Lotuses. Looking to sprout through here. Vin does find a kill onto Nick, so that's going to be a great start for them. And gonna find another onto Amos. That's pretty good to shut him down. He's been on a heater.
Yeah, Vin starting to wake up. Not happy with how that last round panned out in that 1v1, but Griffin is going to put an end to his reign. But still advantage for Lotuses in this deep banana positions. Could seek trouble for the Wraiths.
Yeah, definitely if they decide to peek around this corner. We're seeing Griffin in a very vulnerable position should a peek decide to happen. And it looks like it's starting to move through. They made noise, though. Griffin has got his way through Boiler. And now the A play is starting to happen. Burby gets that first kill. Bungus finds a trade, and now it's going to be a 2v3 scenario where both players here from the T side are on site. I can't imagine this is going to be easy. This is going to get stuck inside of the default box. And that's going to trap them out a little bit. Burby does spot a leg, but he's not going to get that kill. And Bungus takes down Griffin. Lotus doubling up the rounds, bringing it up to 2.
Bungus, the real hero of that round for staying alive during that A take, so he's able to pinch on the position. And Wraiths, I mean, it's starting to feel like the Lotuses are awake now. It's going to be a closer bit of the series, but 8 rounds already done on the T side. 2 more chances to increase the lead, but Griffin here, nice shot onto Vin, but Vin already did his damage that round with the 2 important kills.
Yeah, right you are. Now we're looking at this economy here for the Wraiths. They're getting a full buy into this one. Burby a little bit lighter on the utility, but they're on the fringe of a broken one. It's good that they've been able to get that bomb down. That's what kept them buying this round. Seeing a lot of aggression here from the CT side. One might get trapped behind that box, but the bullets are not connecting. It goes 1 for 1. Full Cap still behind the sandbags. Is going to be caught out, but he's getting the kills. Griffin does get that trade, and now they know there's only 1 left on B. The T side, they need to push this aggressively. They're going to be running through that smoke. It's a full spray from Lil Frosty, and he does find 1. He gets a second. Now he's caught reloading, and he does get found. And now Griffin in this 1v2 does have bomb in hand. And now this is where things do get slow. Griffin now with 30 HP is starting to just play in pit. Right now, not sure where both these players might come from. Right now, is worried that there might be banana presence.
He won a 1v3 earlier. This started as a 1v3. Does he have another moment in him?
And Lotus they are being very patient on this round. Griffin also being very patient. He knows he does not have to do anything. And now Lotus is starting to second guess if he could have found a way to escape. But they're like, no, that's not possible, right? Surely. But actually, they're not holding anything right now. So it's definitely possible that Griffin could have exited here. And now Griffin starting to move. Looking to slice the pie. Gonna take that angle.
Oh, no.
He does find Dingus. Now we're at 10 seconds left in the round. He's gonna have to stick it but Bungus is already here. And that's some noise going into church. Bungus wrapping around the other side. Has not given any of that information over yet. But that util, that is information. He's gonna start sticking it. It's going. It's gone. It's gonna be the 1 round there for Lotus.
Very scary round as Griffin flanked around Church, but Bungus learning from his teammate's mistake whenever Vin had a chance to stick the bomb. It did not go his way whenever he let off of it, so Bungus took notes, decided that he's just going to stick this one. He's going to leave it to chance, and sometimes all you need is Lady Luck on your side to take a round away from this Boo crew. Very ballsy play, but it's a play that was needed. Very crucial round, though, to end this half. Can the Lotuses push this to an 8-4? Can they make a game out of this first map? Rippin says no.
He wants to make sure they end this half with a bang, though. Full Cap does find another kill over at top Banana. He's been killing it the last few rounds, trying to hold Banana down. Right now, up to 5-7 with how this game started. Being that high up, close to even, is quite amazing.
You'd like to see a rotate earlier from this B side. You know they got the kill towards A, and you just shut them down towards B. Wraiths are just focused and honed in on this A position. The smoke's going to come out, but no rotations from the B side. It's going to be Dingus Fart. It's going to be Bungus to challenge these 4 members.
Yeah, this little apps pop is going to be wild here as we're seeing 4 players jump out of apps. Now it's one site and one towards library. Bungus from that library position gets one.
Dingus.
And Dingus Farts gets a nice spray transfer onto 2 players. Now Zhao, once again, going to have to be put in a spot where he needs to clutch. And that Molly going to make things a little bit more comfortable. Going to make it super hot. And now this 1v3 making it tough. Little Frosty, little bit of heating up there. Lotus is up to 4.
Speaking of heating up, I mean, that's 3 rounds in a row from the Lotuses. They are fully in this map now. Pistol round obviously is going to be so important, but a name that we haven't said in these recent rounds has been Amos. Amos was a huge reason why the Wraiths got off to a hot start themselves, but I think the Lotuses are realizing they shut the Opera down and life becomes a lot easier for them.
Yeah, right now things are looking good. And just real quick, want to give a shout out to the Blob Productions for getting this HUD for us and putting together these transitions.
Thank you,
Kono
Blob.
has been working very close with Bean and the Blob team. So they've put a lot of effort into our production here tonight. And we're going to be continuing this production here for you guys now. Wraiths up 8-4 and looking to continue a bit of their domination that slid here towards the end of that first half.
Lotuses need to keep that momentum, and they're going to try just to power through A.
Yeah, that flash forces the 1 player off. Nick does get taken down by Vin. Amos does start with 1 kill here, though he's starting to get swung on now, but it's Burby who's giving some assistance, and now Amos trying to stay alive. Does find another. That P2K is turning into a 3K, so now it's just going to be Bungus who's kind of lurked back in this 1v4, seeing if he could get around to Arches, but we're seeing 1 player swing by, and Burby, very speedy, gets the nice kill and puts the Wraiths on 9.
That was a damn wonderful round from Amos. Even if Amos didn't drop 3 there, just dancing around the pit, not being found, and being a disruption. And I mean, it definitely helps whenever you can find 3 with that angle, but still, just the chaos he was able to cause inside the A site allows his team to rotate over, allows the team to lock up the A bomb site. So the Wraiths, I don't think they're phased from losing 3 rounds in a row. They're ready to hop into this second half and shut down these Lotuses.
Yeah, we know how much of a swing these pistols can be. Right now, though, the Lotuses have elected to save to make sure they have a full gun round going into next. Right now, they're sending a bit of players through the apartments. Amos does start this round a little bit hot. I know it's a bit of a anti-eco here, but you definitely are starting to feeling yourself when you get those SMG kills. Burby playing very close with that M4. Burby and Amos are going to be combining for 2 separate kills. And now Full Cap and Bungus are going to be in this 2v5.
Know how he did it with no hands. He's a magician. Oh, he switched to burst! He switched to burst as soon as Burby swung. That is very unfortunate. Maybe he just wasn't expecting it and got a little scared, a little jump scare for him. But it doesn't matter as the Wraiths take 10 in the double digits of their map pick of Inferno. Is there a replay on that? I love the burst noise so much. I don't think there is. But man, that was wonderful timing.
Yeah, the burst, that is just something. And wow, of course, Kono has
just
something
ready
for us to get the burst. He always has the clips for us. But now Lotuses, they're looking to find some great clips for themselves. They need to come back into this one. It is a deficit. It is a big deficit. But it's not impossible. Right now, they're going to have a timing on that swing. They have the timing, but they lose it. Zhao and Nick are getting the kill. And that's going to be a tough start here for the Lotuses.
Full cap, gonna lurk up here. Gotta be careful not to fall victim to Amos's MP9. Spotted out, gonna retreat. Knows he's alone in apartments as 3 players stacked towards A, and these 2 are pushed up down banana right now. The Lotuses can sniff this out. Do not walk into the trap. You are going exactly where Wraith wants you to.
And right now they're making the Lotuses as uncomfortable as possible. As right now they're starting to move up through middle. It's going to be a 4-on-3 on this site take. Both players from B are going to be a long rotate. Amos does make that initial contact, spraying from the top of balcony, and it's going to be an MP9 crossfire. It's going to go 1-for-1. Burby in the distance does get one, but he only goes
nice
1-for-1.
Dingus.
And Dingus farts, opening up this bomb site. Now it's a 2v2, and the T side, they've got settled into a decent crossfire position. It's just depending on if they can peek together at that right time. Dingus just going to get that double spray and snap his fingers on that one. It's going to be a 5th round here for the Lotuses.
Yeah, and that was a 4K from Dingus. A round that did not look good. The Wraiths had deep banana control, but still Lotuses, they walk into the trap and they're able to disarm it. Very important that they win that round to keep the economy alive and just keep their hopes alive. You need these for confidence, even if you aren't going to make the comeback. Take as many aim duels as you can and get comfortable in this best of 3 series.
Is the scoreline. Round number 16. We are getting into the thick of this game now. Lotus is looking to make this one a good game. It's really started off very much a struggle bus for them, but really waking up these last few, winning the most recent gun round, especially after the ending of that first half, and now they're settling into a default here to kind of push the CT side, try to kill their utility a bit, and it seems to be working. Only 1 smoke and 3 flashes.
This is going to be a huge fight if Full Cap can find Amos. Amos knows he's there now. Full Cap shot. So we're going to see where they're going to lean. You have to imagine it's going to be a B take with both these players retreating from apartment. Are they going to rotate a player over
here for the CT side?
Is it really not? Wow. No, that's actually huge. I mean, 35 seconds into this round, and they're not even rotating a player over from A. It's going to be on Jal, and it's going to be on Griffin to hold this B site.
And between them, they only have 1 flashbang. That is the only piece of util. They're going to have to aim, and aim hard on this round. Right now, the push is happening. A team flash, or might have been the helper there. Lil Frosty does get the kill, though, and looks to be a bad spray. Vin does close it down after it's a trade, and Dingus once again getting a big kill. And this is going to be a round going the way of Lotuses once again.
Yep, the save is already being called, and this is kind of why we said what we said for the Lotuses. You need to keep players alive, and you need to start steamrolling some rounds. So this is going to make it a 10-6 as that margin starts to shrink little by little. I just feel like you have to stack 3 players towards that B bomb site if you're all out of utility.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, the nature of Inferno, I mean, CT side in general, I mean, we always talk about it, right? It's you can't stabilize your economy. But because of the way that this map is segmented, it forces so many situations where you're trapped into a 4v2 disadvantage when the T side pushes. I know there's a lot of rowdy angles, but when you get the chances to really have duels with the utility you use to push, it is very hard on the CT side if you're not playing proactively.
It's just, I mean, so many of these maps now, it's so hard for the CT side to get in. I mean, just look at the future maps we can see here. Ancient, it's kind of the same story as Wraiths using their timeout, realizing things are starting to get out of hand, a little too much for them. They want to slow things down. They want to stop the momentum that Lotuses have been granting.
Lotuses are surely flowering lately, and right now they're going to be putting Wraiths in a spot where they're going to have to save. Nick kind of surprising me. Their scoreline looks only 2 kills in this game, and they had such a massive lead at one point.
Yeah, that is definitely surprising. Nick is the flasher, the serial flasher for this Boo crew, in charge of all the utility that is thrown, but you still expect a little more impact, especially out of 16 rounds. I know Nick is a dog and is capable of doing much more, just hasn't been able to find much this map.
Yeah, now we are looking into this round. Default setup once again. Everywhere is just spread out. 2 towards Banana right now. Bomb starting to trail its way. And right now the Wraiths stacking pretty much everybody here towards the A-bomb site.
It's a gamble stack. You have these 2 rifles. You just got to be careful. If you're the Lotuses, you got to make the right choice. Use your time wisely as Griffin's going to throw the block smoke. Will get spammed from the sandbags. But does that push you away? You know someone's here, and the double smoke as well. Lotuses might walk into this trap. This round might be on for the Wraiths.
I'm starting to question where they should be going. Bungus is the carrier here. Has put it about towards that bench position at middle. Looks like B-hit might be happening. A little bit of a jiggle. Stalls that nade. Makes it get put in the rock spot. Vin does get 1 kill. But he will go down. Burby and Nick.
You gotta get out of here.
Kills there. And we're seeing some kills just go back and forth. 3v2 is the advantage here now for the CT side.
Now Wraiths reading this rotate. They're sending 2 players of their own. Luckily, Dingus does have the only piece of utility for the Lotuses. It's going to be a smoke for CT. They only sent 1 player, so it's going to be Amos. We've said his name all night. Can he stop this plant? Spray through the smoke. Doesn't find anything. Still a chance. It's 6 seconds on the clock. Lotuses have to stick this.
Yo, I don't know why he's swinging there. I know he wanted to try to beat the timer, but you know he had help. Now you're putting your team in a 2v2 now. When you had the advantage previously, Griffin trying to push through construction right now. Does find a player at New Box. Is reloading. He's going to get swung. But Nick saves him. My goodness, what a play. And that's going to be Griffin taking down Lil Frosty. Nick, we were dogging on you last round for only having 2 kills. But you got 2 big kills here. And man, that is such a hell of a round there. 11-6 now for the Wraiths.
You are using we so gracefully. You were dogging on Nick. I said Nick is a support player. I said Nick is a dog. I was not dogging on him. I did say I expected a little more impact, but he just shows me exactly what I expect out of a player at his caliber. And Wraiths, in a round that they shouldn't win, expand their lead to 5. 11-6 is the scoreline. Lotuses have been stunned.
Yeah, so I'm glad we were in agreement there on that previous round topic. But anyway, now the Wraiths, with a little bit of confidence, they lost their step, so to speak, earlier. And now looking to have a bit of their mojo back. Lotuses want to take that momentum back from them and have a potential econ breaking here from the Wraiths.
Yep, Griffin just stacking. They're playing too fast. They're playing tilted. They lost a round that they know they should have won. You want to talk about using your timeouts. Whenever you lose when the other team is pretty much on a save, that's whenever you take your timeout and reset the mental. But no, it's going to be a push to the smoke. It's going to be a B execute. These 2 players once again tested.
Yeah, they're all starting to run out. Jow's caught in a weird spot. He did get 1 though. And Griffin starting to fall back. Did do so much damage. And now there's only going to be 3 players left. Vin possibly going to be chasing through Church Bomb, getting put down. That nade's going to pop that smoke. Maybe not. And yeah, it looks to be a 4v3 retake where all 4 CTs are coming from the same spot. Vin does a little bit of damage, but he's going to have to fall back. This is very tight here, Momo. They're all starting to move through. So much util and hands on these players still. Still a couple flashbangs. 3 coming through Church. Vin finds 1. Vin wants more, but Nick gets another big kill. And now Full Cap and Bungus are going to have to clutch it out.
It's over.
He finds a kill. And now Full Cap going down to Griffin. 12 here. Match point. Boo Crew is killing it.
Boo Crew is just alive right there as the Lotuses try to force their way on the B bomb site, but the Wraiths have just shown how good they are at rotating, as it's going to be a timeout now called from the Greenhouse team. And speaking of green teams, I mean, hey, when Sam Darnold was on the Jets, he was seeing Ghost. Right now, this green team is seeing Wraiths.
there, Momo?
What can I say? That's why I didn't say much last round. I was crafting it.
You're a poet, dude. But I mean, one could say that's why Nick wasn't doing much in the first half of this game. He was crafting these crucial plays that he was going to have to make down that line, and that's what we were talking about with this roster, right? Anyone can peak at certain moments. Everyone in playoffs, it's like it doesn't matter what your rating is. It's we trust you to make the play when you need to make the play. And so far, Nick might not have had a hot start to this game, but they have been making plays that have been crucial to getting to match point. And now, right now, going against 2 SMGs and a couple Galils, they have a chance to get it over the finish line.
Lotus is taking their time out, though. They're not finished. They have something in store for us. This team, they can bite back. They've been punched. They've been knocked down. They're on their last leg. They sure as hell is not going to lay down and take it.
Now, Lotuses. Tingus Farts, he has been a menace here on the T side so far. Already on half HP, so things are looking a little bit tough. A little bit of a wild spray there through that smoke. It definitely makes me worse, or makes me a little nervous there with that update. Nick here playing from his broken wall position. He's going to have 4 through the truck side. 1 coming from Mavis Burby. Finding 2, and Nick gets a big kill in the apartments. They want more. Nick gets a double kill, and they want more. Amos with a wall bang. It's going to be a 13-6 victory. The Wraiths, the Boo crew, they are on top.
That was a very, very good showing from the Boo crew. And it was just, look at Griffin, Burby, and Amos, 16, 18, and 18. Nick and Zhao had their moments, but those 3 were the staple of why this team is so dangerous.
Yeah, it's just such a good team, right? You count on each other to make the plays when you needed to make this plays. Throughout this season, it's really been Griffin on top with his 116 rating, where everyone else has kind of fallen below. But we saw Burby, we saw Amos absolutely be shooters tonight, and then Nick and Zhao just having their clutch moments. 13-6. It is your map pick. You should have won this match, right? But you were not expecting to punch them. Well, maybe you were, but everyone else was not expecting them to punch the Greenhouse team in the mouth as hard as they did. They came out swinging, and they swung for the fences.
And there was no film on this. Again, like there's no way. They haven't played this map all regular season. Like you said, I'm sure they scrimmed it, but to come out and do this on a map that you haven't played on the server is absolutely insane by the Boo crew.
Yeah, it was a magical moment there. Definitely a pocket pick, really going and surprising here against the Greenhouse team. But Greenhouse is going to be on their home map on this next one, a little bit in their name. They are the green team, and they are going to be playing on the green map. So we'll see what the Greenhouse team is able to do. We're going to be throwing it over to a break, and we're going to be seeing you guys in just a moment.
Still around.
Out for them to hold it down, fighting against these blocks. So Frosty gets killed. Griffin in the 1v3.
Oh, Griffin
gets all 3. He wonders, and Dingus completely whips his spray. Vin, though, does get an op kill, but that is all he will get. Now it's going to be a 4 flash there. That is a good stall. However, the push is still happening, and it's not going to be good for anything, though. Frosty goes down, gets a little melt. Fungus is going to be getting that first kill. When he's reloading, he might get chased, but Dingus Farts is the hero there. Does get, though, we are seeing little Frosty might get caught out here from Griffin, who's playing a little. Seeing Vin on that op again, playing a little bit more passive, but is kind of rotating around as Fungus gets a kill as well, and Dingus chewing up some legs here. Cannot die. Dingus is failing himself, tossing an 8, so it's Amos. Could be very big signal.
Oh.
And Vin not sticking again. Now he's pushed it deep. The bomb is taking away. And
I've been starting to wake up, not happy with how that last round.
seeing a lot of aggression here from the CT side. One might get trapped behind that box, but the bullets are not going to be caught out, but he's getting the kill. Gets a full spray from Lil Frosty, and he does find one. He gets a second. Now he's caught reloading. Move. Gonna slice the pie. Gonna take that angle.
Oh.
Wants to make sure they end this half with a bang. And one towards library. Bunkus from that library position gets blast, forces the one player off. Nick does get taken down. It's Burby who's giving some assistance, and now Amos trying to stay alive. Does find another. That P2K is turned into a deficit. It is a big deficit, but it's not impossible. Right now, they're going to balcony, and it's going to be an FP9 crossfire. It's going to go 1-for-1. Burby in the distance does get one with decent crossfire position. It's just depending on if they can peek together at that right time. Ding is just going to get that double flash, or it might have been the helper there. Lil Frosty does get the kill, though, and it looks to be a bad spray. Vin does close.
You need to start steamrolling some rounds. So this is going to make it a 10-6 as that margin starts to shrink little by little.
Trying to push through construction right now. Does find a player in new box. Is reloading. He's going to get swung. But Nick saves him. My goodness. And then they have a potential econ breaking here from the Wraiths. Yeah, they're all starting to run out. Jow's caught in a weird spot. He did get one, though. And it's more, but Nick gets another big kill. And now Full Cap and Bungus are going to have to clutch it out. right now, and Lotus is wanted to get a little bit of confidence going on their map pick, but things don't start out strong.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just stems from my Ancient hate, but I hate the B rush strat on pistol round on Ancient. Like, it's so predictable.
Right.
But maybe it's one of those
bro.
things. A rush, I love the A rush. I love the A rush play. But maybe B rush is so predictable that it's not. It's one of those things. You don't know what's going to happen, obviously. But the bomb plant was granted, so it's going to be a force buy for the Lotuses, and they're going right back to this B bomb site.
Yeah, furring just a little bit, but they're still going to be sliding up into cave. Playing close range is the CT side. That can be very scary up against these MAC-10s. It is a force buy due to the bomb plant. Burby able to get a little frosty without any source or sense of competition really there. So now we're at a 4v5 disadvantage here for the Lotuses, and right now they are all trapped here between the catwalk and that cave position. Griffin is going to be that first point of contact off center, but he does get the double spray somehow, and Full Cap and Dingus Farts are going to have to find a way back in, but Full Cap goes down, and it's just going to be Dingus Farts who wants something but gets nothing. 5 staying alive, and now 9 out of 10 staying alive on these previous 2 rounds here for the Wraiths.
That is something that you don't want to do. You force up because you get the bomb plant and you get absolutely nothing. You would have done the same amount of damage if you just kept 5 Glocks at your side and saved the money. But Lotuses, I don't want to say the map is already slipping away. It's only been 2 rounds, but the Wraiths are just not slowing down for map 1.
And no, they are not. They are feeling themselves completely right now. We are looking at a save round, a few upgraded pistols. We know those Tech 9s can be scary, and now we're seeing the A-Rush play happen. The CT side have already vacated the bomb site. That smoke on Donut is going to be allowing them enough space to plant, but it's going to be a full 5v5 retake. CT side is looking to take their time, and we're looking at the push coming through Donut. This is going to be a blender because all the CTs are here. They're getting the kills. They're going to get the round, but Lotuses still, they did get the plant.
I want to know who that was. I did not catch who that was, but as the rush was coming, someone on the CT side made a U-turn to shoot at his teammate. He was so disoriented. There was so much noise. I want to take a look here at who just completely turned around. Was it Burby? I think it was. You can't see it, but Burby did have the M4, so Burby's going to take the blame, but the Wraiths vacate the A site, play a perfect retake. As the Lotuses, they play it smart. You have to try to get positioned somewhere. Why not storm the donut?
Absolutely, and now we are going back into the first true gun round of this game. We're seeing 5 AKs come alive here for the T side. Full belts of utility, but it's going to be going up against a bonus round all the way here in round number 4. 2 MP7s and a FAMAS still online for the CT side, and we'll see what happens on this default. We're seeing Vin already creep out, potentially going for a boost with his buddy, but no, they're just going to be walking out and slice the pie out there.
Yeah, they need to hurry up and realize this A site is completely empty, because look at the B push, and you do not want to lose bomb in the position that it's in right now.
Yeah, timing could get a little bit weird. Dingus Farts is going to be able to take down Nick. And yeah, this is going to get uncomfortable here for the CT side because of their positioning. Vin finding Griffin. Zhao does find Vin, and there's just kills and completely different sides of the map. Bomb finally getting over to the A bomb site. One player starting to get forward positioning here in Temple. Bomb just getting tapped away, going down, and now we have 38 seconds to see who's going to come out on top here. CT side, they do have 3 kits in hand. They still have lots in their belt, but they're so far away here.
Yeah, right now Lotuses are in a good position to win. I don't know if you want to just pull out of this round. 20 seconds on the bomb. It looks like they want to go for it.
Yeah, they might just decide to get a little cheeky here, see if one of them can get onto that bomb. That nade gonna make things a little bit funny, and that's gonna be a spray. He's not expecting it, gets so close, but he gets distracted by another player, and we got a ninja defuse already. Dingus Farts gone in the wind as the other team, and 4-0 now for the Wraiths.
bullets just flying past Amos, but it does not matter as he has one mission, and that is to defuse the bomb, and he sticks it at 4 HP. He will not be denied his ninja defuse, and Wraiths with another 4-0 start, a very similar position the Lotus finds themselves in, but this time it's their map pick. It's where they should be comfortable.
Now they're in a position where they do have AKs, but the util is not perfect here for the Lotuses.
Oh.
And Bungus getting a little bit spicy with his friend, decides to shoot him in the back a little bit. And that nade's not going to help things out at all.
Lotus is looking a little rattled. It wasn't by a rattlesnake, it was by an Amos King Snake. Full Cap and Ven have themselves in prime position to take this round.
There, Momo. This position, this forward position between Donut and all of middle is Great Griffin getting kind of stuck behind that Molotov. Two players, though, positioned up towards A, and that seems to be where the hit is going. They're seeing a lurk smoke being used from the T side. Low Frosty does cut off Jow. Dingus Fart's going to take out almost King Snake, and now it's just going to be Griffin in this 1v4. Will find that one kill. Won't be ready for the second, and now Lotuses do bite back on that one.
Yeah, and I mean, almost the hesitation from the Lotuses gave Wraiths time to get in a retake position when the A site was completely empty after they got those 2 kills. Obviously, you don't want to just storm ahead into a bomb site, but you want to see a little bit quicker of a take. You have the momentum, might as well roll with it. And Ven has the op in his hand. You have to imagine he's going to boost up on the B bomb site and see if he can find anything. Like, he just looked at his teammate and said, Dingus, boost me up, please. Dingus said, okay, sure.
Sure, buddy, let's go up here. And now Vin is going to be watching down that long positioning. Lots of cave presence here from the CT side. Their util very low at the moment. Do have kits in hand for a lot of these players. Oh. And timing getting a little bit weird there as Jow does go low HP, but he finds the timing for himself. Does eventually get touched down by Dingus Farts. And
good flash.
Frosty with a nice little flash there. Ending up with 2 kills now. It's going to be a 3v2 advantage here for the T side. Nick might be caught out, but he does have the timing, spotting a leg and getting a kill.
That means the retake is on. If Nick goes down there, you have to call it off if you're Amos and save the op, but it's still very difficult to retake in this position with an op. Gonna plant 4, looks like cave here, and just kind of play back. I honestly wouldn't mind saving this if you're Wraiths because Nick is on so low HP.
King Snake is gonna have to do a lot of work here. That scope might present a little bit of information. One towards ramp, one towards cave. And Molly starting to go down. Both these players haven't been found out. Full Cap repositioning into that cubby. Nick already goes down, and they're going to be peeking. Full Cap does get that kill and puts Lotuses up to 2.
Very important round for the Lotuses, as that's 2 in a row. Believe the Wraiths can still force some rifles and make this next one a difficult one. The crazy timing on the B bomb site. Jow pulling out the nade, getting caught almost, and then Dingus, or was it Bungus who pulls out the name? It was Dingus or Bungus getting caught with their pants down on ramp. They were just flashing each other, it felt like. Doesn't matter though, as the Lotuses double up on their rounds.
See, we know Bungus isn't Bingus, but when he plays with Dingus, it makes it confusing.
that is very true. And look at this A push going on. It should be heard. I believe the mid player may have heard it. So yeah, they're gonna plant for a deep position, push themselves in CT side. And now we just have a reversal of sides, a little role reversal for you, Noodle.
Yeah, we'll see if the switch is able to make it right. Griffin does find that first kill with that 5-7. Dingus going for a spray, and he's getting it. Full Cap with the assist. Both players get 2, and now it's just going to be Burby with that 5-7, making it sing. He finds another. Might find a way to get a gun here if he can grab it and just find a way to flop away. He's going to have to see, but the smoke is making things a little bit uncomfortable. Dingus trying to see if he can find. He might have the timing to get this AK and escape. Did he not pick it up? My guy! No! Bungus takes him down. It's going to be 3 here for the Lotuses.
was a very weird round. Just a full A push, and then Lotuses completely avoid them pushing on to B. Like I said, the role reversal as the Wraiths had to put on their thinking caps to try to retake it with just 5-7s, but Burby not really thinking, just goes for whatever that was besides going for the AK.
Yeah, Lotus is starting to really settle in on their map pick. Ancient, it's a fun one. Shout out B Layton in the chat, his favorite map. And yeah, right now we are seeing Amos do take down Vin. That's a great pickup here early in this round.
Is 3 rounds in a row for the Lotuses, taking down Vin. It's a very nice start to try to get back on track if you're part of the Boo crew. Lotus is taking it slow though, doubled up on each side of the map, just prodding and waiting, seeing if anything's given to him, but it looks like there's no interest from the CT side.
Wraiths have played very responsible throughout this series so far. We're seeing them get these picks and then kind of turtle up, play extremely tradable. We always talk about how important that is, and so far, I mean, the Wraiths have looked very good in that aspect of the game.
Lotuses could find a nice position up in Red Room if they decide to take it. Nick is here, but I don't know if it would be for long if you're going to challenge like that. Luckily escapes with 70 HP, so not much damage done. Full Cap going to look for this fight in cave potentially as Burby's just sticking to the corner.
Yeah, things are getting interesting with all these players just so close, just around the corner, right in sniffing range inside of this cave. Burby going up against Full Cap there. The rotations has come in. Lotuses finding their way towards B ramp. Bungus has that presence. Full Cap finds that kill onto Burby, and now it's just going to be one player. Zhao actually already went down, and now Nick is the only closest player. And yeah, it might be time. Momo, you are right. It's time to U-turn the hell out of there.
Yeah, I mean, just big props to Lotuses, man. I mean, they started off like Inferno, but it sure as hell doesn't feel like Inferno because they have responded with 4 rounds in a row right back. So yeah, I mean, there's really just not much for the Wraiths to do. I imagine this next round we're going to see them go for maybe a B pinch, some deep shelf control with the push towards the ramp side, something to spice things up. They may even call a timeout and reflect on their life decisions to see what they actually want to do. But something is not working as they had the advantage going into this round, but Lotuses did not care.
Yeah, Momo, I think you're right. I would definitely be in favor of this B pinch here. However, I wonder if the Lotuses are going to play to counter this a little bit. We've been seeing them play a lot of default rounds lately. They know that 3 were saved, so I mean, obviously a nade stack shouldn't be happening at mid. I wonder if they're going to swing through mid pretty quickly here from the T side.
I would love, I mean, a read. Again, I know the shelf stack isn't happening. It just seems like the only really response to go for after losing 4 in a row. I'd love to see a lot of A pressure come out here as they're only sending 1 towards this way. 3 towards the B bomb site, so no mid control so far for the greenhouse team, but it's going to be deep cave control they go for.
Well, that's a good play by Lil Frosty. Griffin does get that kill back. However, CTs, they're not going to be excited too much about that. They definitely would rather have this be a 5v5 round at the moment. And now really, I want to see Amos really activate. He's going to have to take control of these angles with that op.
CT's lost their best player in Burby, so what can they do without him? It's going to be Nick that's going to be challenged. He's got a gap through this smoke. This is a chance, maybe a blunder, but Bungus spots the shoulder.
Great forward position. Nick is able to get that kill and not lose too much health while doing so. That is going to be putting the Wraiths up to a 4v3 advantage. Default, still nothing settling in on the side here for the Lotuses. Bomb starting to migrate over towards that B ramp right now. Both players here from the CT side are playing a little bit further back. 1 long, 1 short. Smoke's going down on both sides. The smoke towards long went a little bit far though. And now Zhao is sneaking up through that smoke. No trade happens. He gets 1 kill. Vin and Bungus now in this 2v4. 1 in cave. Bomb towards the top of the key of the B bomb site. Bungus finding Griffin. And now this 2v3. Getting a little bit closer here. Util stuff coming out. Nick finds Vin. And now Bungus is going to have to 1v3. And now it's a no v3 as the Wraiths bring it up to 5.
Tell you, I know it's not their map pick, but the Wraiths, I mean, Nick with the slow start on their map pick of Inferno, is being a very key piece so far on this ancient map. 6-4 at the moment. I believe it's Furby and then Nick. Griffin's up there as well, obviously, because like you said in the pre-show, Griffin is just an absolute dog, but Lotuses now having to find their footing as both these teams just exchanging punches.
Yeah, I'm liking how all these players are playing off of each other so far. We're seeing lots of aggression here from the T side. Dingus farts, cracks the B-bomb site wide open. Burby trying to get back into it, gets one, but there's a player coming behind you, but that player is not enough. Burby can take them all. Burby finds him, and now it's going to be a 4v3 advantage for the CT side, and they're already putting so much pressure against these C's. Bungus will find one kill, but Amos making it famous, getting that next kill. Full Cap and Vin in this 2v3.
This could be huge from Full Cap.
Going for the play, but Full Cap finds a way to sneak around, gets that kill onto Amos, and now it's going to be a 2v2 retake. Both players coming from cave, and so much util has put pressure on them. One T towards ramp, one T towards long. They're starting to run through the smoke, but things are getting weird. Vin is getting caught out, and now Full Cap getting the trades, but Nick, it is his playground. They said it in the chat, but he didn't have the time.
Not enough time on that. Lotuses deep exhale there as they almost threw that round. Nice plays from Nick, like we said, but it just wasn't enough to get the job done. Let's see if the CTs have enough money to get a buy going for themselves. I believe Amos will be able to drop a player, but it's not going to be an op for them. It's not going to be the most utility. Lotus is trying to storm back on their map pick and grab some momentum, but Boo is just showing such a nice job, such a resilient job on these retakes, getting the job done almost.
Yeah, this is the game. This is what we expected going into this series tonight. Just a slugfest, just trading punches right now between both these teams. These guys have been neck and neck throughout this entire season, and I am so excited to see where this is going to turn out. Right now, we're seeing a little bit of util dump down onto the A-bomb site. Players are starting to settle in. Amos is going to have a chance, but he misses. It's so uncharacteristic. He does get the next one, but things are not looking good for him. Little Frosty will get the next kill. Nick finding one through the smoke. It's the planter.
No, don't plant there again, please. As Nick liable to find another one if you give him a chance, but the smoke is fading. He's going to push out, spots the back, shoots him a little bit, finds a little Frosty, finds Full Cap. It's the Nick show as he finds Bungus as well.
Yeah, Nick is just feeling himself. He was kicking himself because he was so close to clutching that last round out, right? And then this chance he said, nah, it's not getting close. I'm killing this planter in the smoke before he even has a chance. And then he just shut that damn thing down.
As a child, I used to hate Nick at night, but growing up, I'm starting to learn why so many people enjoyed it.
Yeah, right now things are looking good for Nick and the gang, and now 6-5 is the scoreline going into the last round of this half. Lotuses want to end it with a bang, though 3 SMGs might make it tough. It's gonna be even tougher with Amos. Hits you with the wall bang. Now Burby a little bit further back, but he doesn't need anything. He gets 2 kills. Full Cap now in this 1v4. It's gonna be a tough, real tough air position for him. Will have the bomb in hand, has a Galil, has guns to grab from. That nade making things a little bit more uncomfortable. Down to 36 health, peeking out. Wrong timing for him, and Burby with the derby is able to get that kill. 7-5 now here for the Wraiths.
If we talk about the Lotuses, I mean, that was a close half still. I mean, it's 2-round differential, and it just feels like they've lost so much momentum because just Nick is absolutely destroying, as well as Burby. Like, it does not feel like it was a 7-5 half just because those last 2 rounds of that half.
Yeah, I don't know where this is gonna go. The Wraiths have been punching so hard in these pistol rounds. So I mean, if they're able to do that once again, if they're able to get another pistol round in this series, I mean, I just don't know. I really like the odds here for Wraiths on their T side. I think they have a good setup, a good way to play together on their T side.
Right, they showed how dominant they were on the T side of last map. They're gonna go some mid aggression here. It's gonna be the 2 donut players to defend this.
Yeah, Vin opening it up with a nice kill, falling back, getting exits, or exiting that donut really quickly. And we're seeing the brakes pumped a little bit here from the Wraiths.
Nice
Frosty was 2 nice shots there, and now it's going to be Nick and Zhao. And Nick has made a name for himself so far this game. We know those 3-letter names can be a little bit spicy. And but Dingus going to be taking down Nick right away. Zhao just going to tap it. And now things are getting a little bit tough for Zhao. All 3 players starting to push onto him. He's hoping he can get it down. And my God, Zhao finds a way to get this round. Lotuses do win it. But I can't believe he got that planted.
Yeah, and you want to talk about how dangerous 3-letter names are. What about 11-letter names with 2 numbers at the end of it? As Dingus Farts 29 just puts the team on his back that round. It was a good plant from the Wraiths, though. That is going to invoke a force buy from them. Lil Frosty with the nice headshots mid. And as soon as that donut push stopped and stalled out in donut, the round was over. So it is a miracle that you're able to get the bomb off. You kind of consider that as a win for this Boo team.
Yeah, with how that round was going, that absolutely is a win. But what's also a win was me learning that you could count that fast, counting the letters of his name. And I hope the chat right now can do some counting as well. Because if you look at the top of that score line, we got Momo's favorite number in 6-7. So let's get some of those in the chat here and make some of these viewers cringe for us right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's a perfect time for a tech pause on the 6-7, so it can stay there just for a moment, just for you, Noodle, just for the CSC playoffs. And while we have this quick pause, I just want to give a huge shout out once again to this Blob crew, this Blob team, for providing the HUD that we use in the CSC playoffs. This looks absolutely fantastic, and the transitions that Konotoki is able to pull off gets me a little excited in a non-flavorful way.
Yeah, shout out Blatant on those non-flavorful ways. But looks like the timeout is finally starting to dwindle away, and we're going to be getting right back into this series in just a moment.
Back in the series, and it's going to be the force buy because of that bomb plant. And did the tech pause, did it slow down the Lotuses? Because it's going to be a B hit. They need to be ready.
This is interesting.
That volley.
Gets torn apart, though. He's able to exit just enough. Dingus will get one, but it's going to be dangerous. 1 for 1. And things are getting a little bit cheeky in this smoke. It's a 2 for 2. And now this bomb site might have a gap here where they're able to plant that bomb. It's starting to get the numbers punched right in. And the CT side's going to have a tall task in front of them. Their utility has started to dwindle. They do have the kits in hand. They have the kits that are needed. Flash going over the top. And now the retake is starting to come through. That flash timing, making things a little bit odd. Now it's a 3v3. Bomb starting to get stuck. They're starting to shoot through the pallet of wood, but the timing might get weird. They get the kills. Vin now in this 1v1. It's so up close. He's starting to stick it, and he does get it away. 7-7 now, because Vin has balls.
And honestly, I want to be a critic here. I hated how Boo played that. There was so much smoke on the B bomb site, and they decided to play a little bit back from the bomb. I thought they were going to stay tucked to those corners with those SMGs, and it almost didn't matter. I mean, it took Vin just to stick the bomb, learned his lesson from map 1, ties us up at 7-7, but that was not a comfortable round win, and your economy is still hurt. Look at the utility that Lotuses are bringing here as this mid push is about to happen.
Side can definitely take advantage of it. However, when Bungus and Full Cap are playing together as well as they are right now, that's when things can get interesting. They are going to be putting themselves up to a 5v4 advantage. 4 players here from the T side are starting to position themselves towards A. However, they're starting to migrate over, starting to scooch on over to this right side of this map.
Yeah, we talk about how patient this Boo team was on their CT side, especially playing with the advantage. It seemed like they played everything very smart. We're going to have to see if the Greenhouse crew has the same energy. So it doesn't look like anybody's overextending, peeking, not giving any free 1v1s. But this B bomb site is vulnerable right now, especially if the utility is right for the Wraiths. Oh, this transition, the deep position by Bungus allows this transition to B to happen.
This is spicy here. Yeah, Bungus gets so deep. They're going to have a flank here. And that's going to allow such a major chokehold. That's no info on Catwalk. So actually, they might just walk past each other. That ended up bad for Bungus because no one was home on Cat. And now Burby's going to go 1-for-1 between a trade with the little Frosty. Vin gets pushed back. That nade is going to make things scary. Now Bomb can start getting touched down here. 3v3 is the scenario. They're not going to be able to find their way in early. So now we're going to have a full 40-second fight. Lil Frosty does open the round up onto Amos. That is going to be a smoke, though, going down onto the long side. So we're seeing some players migrate over to short. It is going to be Full Cap who's going to lead the charge. Full Cap has had a lot of big kills here so far in this series, in this map. And they're going to be leading that charge with that flashbang, and that's a good angle, though there's not going to be enough. 2 surviving, and that's going to be another round here for the Lotuses.
And don't think the Wraiths are done, because once again, it's going to be a bomb plant for them. So you already know they are buying themselves into this next round as well. These rounds have been coming down to the wire. I thought the Greenhouse was going to have an easy job, a decent job of holding the B bomb site with the rotate that they brought on, but the smokes were so good, and the space that the Wraiths were able to create challenged this Lotus team. These rounds are just so close to losing. Like, if Griffin hits that spray transfer, it just feels like it's over.
Yeah, we are seeing the Wraiths elect to go into a save. They went up and decided to armor up in Tech 9 so they can have a full goodbye on this next one. However, these Tech 9s can be very scary. They're starting to spread out onto this bomb site, and Lil Frosty's going to get caught out. That M4 dropping down. He's not going to be able to get close enough to pick it up. But that's a lot of space here that the T's have already acquired. Dingus Bart's going to lead the charge. Has a timing, but only goes 1-for-1 because it's just an MP7. Now we're seeing 2 players here from the CT side. It's hard to retake towards long. I'd imagine there should be a double swing here from the ramp players, but they're all starting to vacate. Things are getting awkward. The timings, the spreading, it's getting really difficult. Now Vin in this 1v2, getting chased around, and Burby finds him tied up on 8 off a Tech 9 rush.
Yeah, Burby not letting Vin get on that bomb, because you know Vin's just going to stick it once he is. So the Tech 9 is what broke through on the B bomb site. And honestly, Lil Frosty was forced into this situation where he was basically all alone, and he was pulling out utility, fumbling around with it. It's going to be a timeout, a breath of fresh air for them, because they didn't look comfortable. It's their map pick. It's B site. Obviously, you're expecting a little bit of something, a little bit of juice coming towards that site, but they just weren't ready for it.
Yeah, they definitely were. We're not ready for it. As these rushes, they got to be ready to expect it. I think just because it was another plant, they might have expected a little bit slower round. They might have expected them to have guns again, but Wraiths decided to take a very reasonable route, play it a little bit safer. Just go for the armor Tech 9, make sure that they can have a very, very nice buy in the next round. And turns out they have a very, very, very nice buy because they won the damn thing.
Yeah, and like, why not? You've gotten a bomb plant on every single round. Like, why not buy Tech 9s and just do it again? You're taking site with relative ease. It's the retakes, it's the post plants that is haunting you. The Wraiths said, we are not going to be haunted no more, as we are a Spectre ourselves. And it's going to be a B stack for the Lotuses. I don't think the Wraiths are going to fall victim to this trap unless the Lotus team mobilizes.
Want to be like a Venus flytrap, just let them all come in. Amos is going to get that 1 kill. Well, actually, it's Burby. Amos got 1, but Burby is the one who really collects there. Up to 24 kills. I didn't know this guy was cooking this much.
It's been the past rounds. Him and Nick were neck and neck at the start of the half, but just the T side, Burby comes to life, and Amos getting some assists, but we're gonna act like it was the Burby show that round. 5 rifles. I know it was all pistols that fall, so Lotus it's getting dangerous. You do not want to fall victim to a 2-0. You don't want to lose your map pick, obviously. It's do or die for the season.
Yeah, we do see an op come online for Vin. Has had a decent showing on this map so far, but haven't really seen the op come yet for them.
This is going to be huge towards mid here. It's going to be Zhao, who tucks himself into cave. 1 player in cubby right now, another player on shelf. A site's empty.
Right you are there, Momo. Dingus Fart starting to rotate over. The good flash there from Nick. Zhao the Wombo combo. And now this timing is going to be good.
How does he find that?
Around. Nick does find a kill. But I wasn't really expecting Bungus to be able to get out of there with any. But it's going to be a 4v3 site push. Dingus did find one, making this a 3v3. That flash off a bank. Gonna go for style points there. Bomb starting to get planted in the corner. And yeah, now we're gonna have to wait for these smokes and watch the push happen in a moment.
Dingus just throws his last flashbang, and it could have been used if he would have waited for his teammate to group up with him. If Lil Frosty was there, maybe potentially you flash him out of the smoke. But now you just kind of shut yourself out of this round. You're gonna try it. Op, M4, and MP9. Make that just an op and MP9 as Burby is on a heater right now, and it's going to be a save. Double digits Wraiths. Lotuses, I would expect them to take another timeout, another pause, because things are not looking good for them on their CT side.
That's crazy because I like the odds there of the Lotuses. I know pushing into a even strength retake is a little bit tough, but in that 3v3, they had 3 smokes online plus a molly. They could have found a way to bridge a gap and just start going for that ninja.
I mean, we've seen a lot of ninjas, but I don't know. Again, I just don't like the flashbang being used so early. I think it's being irresponsible with your utility as the timeout is taken from the greenhouse side. And I'm trying to see what their buy looks like. I think they are as well. Utility, not the greatest, but it's decent. Guns, same. 3 rifles, 2 rifles, 1 AWP. Man, Wraiths are looking good though. Look at their economy.
Yeah, I mean, they got the bomb down so many times, like
Every round,
first 3 rounds, they got it down, right, and it was just neck and neck, just putting Lotuses like right down to as close as it possibly could be, just keeping the economy of the Lotuses in check while also helping grow theirs. And now the Wraiths, now that they've strung together some. They have a chance to really run away with a stable economy for the remainder of the game.
Yeah, I mean, that is a great point. They've planted the bomb every round here, and they mix it up so much as the B rush is on now. Are the Lotuses prepared for this, or is it going to be another retake situation that they're forced into? It looks like it will be.
Yeah, I mean, they don't really have enough of the util to really point back into this. They did throw a molly into a smoke there, and there are no mollies left here for the CT side. They do have a lot of smokes. They have a couple flashbangs, but they need more than that if they want to make this retake happen. Though Frosty is going to be a little bit excited to get that kill. Nick wants to activate, get a little bit more aggressive here. He's going to find that 1 kill, but Low Frosty gets a second one, and now they have control of this bomb site with these smokes. Choking out the team. Lil Frosty finds that 3rd kill, but we're seeing a push through, and he's gonna take down 2. No one's on the bomb anymore. Griffin trying to spray through, but he can't find Dingus in just the nick of time. Lotuses do clutch number 9.
Oh my goodness, 37 HP combined from both the players. Dingus Fart is able to fend off the last remaining Wraith. Lil Frosty, obviously a huge part, getting themselves into the site. But man, these rounds are so scary, and you can't keep letting the rounds get like this. Once again, it was another bomb plant. Obviously, you didn't have the utility to contest. Your utility's not going to be great this round either, as Full Cap forced to just an MP9 and a Molotov.
It's just going to be such a tough economy for the CT side because these rounds keep ending up like this. Amos is going to be able to open up that cave position, and now they're starting to find their way and slither up through that cave position. They do smoke out short, but will they commit to anything? Bomb's still lurking right outside of B doors. Looking for that timing and finds 2 with that initial take up to Amos. Zhao, though, does find 2 right towards middle, and this is where things go up and down on this roller coaster. 3v2 is the advantage here for the Wraiths. We are seeing Vin find a way back onto the A-bomb site, and this is going to be his story. This is going to be his book. He has the pen in hand. Will he be able to write something? He finds the first, and now he's looking for more. Has one coming from A main. He's going to have to be big, and it's his story to tell. Now Nick is in this 1v2. He's starting to rotate because the author is scary.
If there's someone that could do it, it's Nick. He's been hot, but no, little Frosty cools him down. 10-10 is the scoreline. Vin with a wonderful round. He was so good with the op on Inferno. They did not win that map, no, but he showed moments where he was beating Amos, who was on a heater himself on Inferno. You know he's dangerous with the op, and he does a great job staying calm alone on the A site and saving that round from destruction.
Oh my, what a game this has been. This is what we expected for this whole series. Inferno really wasn't much of that. It was the Wraiths scaring the hell out of the Lotuses, but now they have grown up and they have found a way. They have watered their plans. Zhao now HP. On 7 HP already. 10-10 is this game. It's getting crucial. It's getting crunchy here as this game is so tense.
It is getting very, very crunchy, very, very hot. Just to remind you, these Wraiths were the 11 seed. Lotuses were the 6 seed, only separated by 1 win, 1 loss, though. Doesn't matter who looks the most comfortable. It matters who takes the 13th round.
Starting to take cave position. Vin playing in this brokey position, doesn't have too much support, did elect to go back into temple, but there is a rotate here. Turning around is the Wraiths, but they are spotted, and it's big 2 kills there from Bungus. He's playing like Bingus right now, and that's going to be a 5v3 advantage here for the CT side. They're getting mollied out. They cannot come out of cave. Nick does hop out, but he gets cooked up. Little Frosty does find that, and we're going to see Dingus Farts in a good angle.
Bomb plant, though.
Getting stuck, though. Finding a way to plant once again. Griffin now in a 1v4, cannot do it, and the Lotuses do have a lead.
Just want to say those 2 kills found in mid were crucial to winning that round, as Dingus Fart was alone on the B bomb site. He would have been tested to the max, but some pressure alleviated and the team rotates over, spams through smoke. Lotuses win 3 rounds in a row, with the Wraiths take a timeout of their own and see if they can try to steal Lotus's map pick away from them. Just because someone asked, Wraiths took their map 1 of Inferno in pretty convincing fashion. It's the Tech-9s again.
A push here, that Tech-9 push, it worked for them earlier. It's not going to work this time. However, Amos does find a way to get 2 kills. Now bomb has been collected, and we're seeing Griffin lead the charge. Does get a 1 kill, but it's 1 big kill. Now Vin and Dingus do have the kits, do have the util, but do they have the gall? This is going to be a 2v3, very tough retake. 1 T-side player is going to be in cave, and they are just checking to make sure no one is in the flank. And now this is going to be a jousting match, face to face. They're going to have to come and to the charge right now. 2v3, they're starting to scoot in. 1 player in cave, it is getting the smoke out.
That's huge.
Does find that kill, and they're starting to stick that bomb right through that volley. It makes things tough. Nick did find that kill, and now we're in the weird timing. Nick finds it. Nick is my guy. Nick is the hero. Nick is the Boo Crew. 11-11.
These rounds are so damn close. Oh my goodness. The Tech-9s get it done again. There was a hero rifle. There was a MAC-10, but the Tech-9 Amos Kingsnake got close with his Tech-9 and created havoc on the B bomb site. It was actually his Molly. I was able to find the first as his Tech-9 finds Bungus through the smoke, and Griffin's flank was able to get more than it should. Again, you talk about these Wraiths and just talk about how smart they play their CT side. They've been playing their post plants the same way, very responsible, just milking the clock and not swinging unless it's necessary.
Oh my goodness, Momo. This match has been such a treat here to watch. I am so excited. I am so excited that everyone in chat gets to watch this game here with us. This is just so much going on. Both these teams giving it their all. Reminder, this is a playoff match. When you lose, this is do or die. And if you die, you are probably not playing with all 5 of these players once again for forever. Like this is sad, but it is the truth. All right. This is your moment to make something special happen.
You're exactly right. And I mean, this is, I believe, what, a quarterfinal match? And it feels like a grand final?
We always talk about how big these games are. Vin on that A1 is getting put out.
Huge.
Zhao is going to be putting him out completely, putting him to sleep. And now this 5v4 advantage, and Bungus not able to find anything with that spray. It's starting to get planted here for Donut and a main. This util starting to be sprinkled here from the T side, and now the CTs have
Look
a
at the
decision
economy
to
on the
make.
CT. Yeah, the economy on the CT side. You almost want to give this, but obviously it's 4v5.
You have to try. Dingus is leading it. He does get that first kill, but Griffin finds a big one, and they're fighting back and forth. That flashbang here in the hands of Griffin is going to make things awkward.
one.
It does blast his own team, though. That's tough. Now Nick has to have 2 big kills from the bomb. It's getting defused. He's not getting it. Nick, oh no, 12 to 11, and he goes down. The hero from the last round ends up the fool in that round. 12 to 11.
That was insane. If the Wraiths lose this round, if the Wraiths season, if they lose this map and the next map, that is going to live in Nick's head for the rest of his life, as it's going to be the final timeout being used for the Lotuses. 12-11 is the scoreline. Final round, round 24. And man, you could not ask for a closer series. This is just crazy. Insanity. I don't think I've ever seen a CSC series like be this close. Obviously we have. But
These things, it's just so very intense right now. I was not expecting this. It's the beginning of CSC playoffs. What you always see in the beginning of CSC playoffs is quick 2-0s. I was not ready for the stories to be told of tonight's game. Now Lotuses, they have that match point. They have a chance to send it now to map number 3. But will they do it? We're seeing a fast play here coming from the T side. Lots of contact already made. Lots of information already passed. Dingus Farts moving to the center of the pole. Gonna make it interesting, but Low Frosty and Bungus will open up first. Dingus
Huge.
Farts does get 1 kill. He's dancing around it. He wants it. He's shaking
That should be it.
And that's gonna be big kills. Now it's just gonna be Griffin in the 1v4. Are we getting about 3, Momo? I think we are. 13-11 for the Lotuses.
this is crazy. They got the match point from a 10-second ninja defuse in the smoke performed by Little Frosty. They win that off a complete B domination, but you could not ask for a closer map too. You know, it's a rumor that everybody in CSC knows how to play Ancient, and I don't think it's a rumor anymore. I think we're seeing just how comfortable every team is on this map.
Yeah, dude, I've been around CSC for a long time. I played in season 5 and I GM'd from like season 7 to 14 or whatever it was, and I've been casting throughout this. That was one of the best matches I've ever watched in CSC. It was just so much punching back and forth. It wasn't a lot of saves as we see in the modern day Counter-Strike. Just so many retakes, so many rounds that were just ended on defusals because the T side that the Wraiths were able to start off with planning every single freaking round, and then the way the clutches came through on the second side as well. Just both these teams dialed up to like 10 gears higher than I've seen in CSC in a very, very long time.
I just want you to look at something really quick before we go to or just off the screen in general. Burby 25 kills, Nick 20 kills. Not a single player on the greenhouse side had above 19 kills. It was Dingus Fart at 19. Nobody had above 20 kills. and you still were able to pull off that map somehow.
Yeah, I mean, it's when push comes to shove. I mean, some teams that you can see these big heroic plays, but it's those small moments that become large moments at the end of the night that you find your way to really get through. That you find your way to just muster up that strength. This is what we talked about before this game: is how well can you survive in a best of 3? It is a different ball game, and both these teams right now are showing that they are ready to ball. Whichever team wins out of this, I know it's only the 6th and 11th seed, they're going to be able to do some serious damage here in the playoffs, I believe.
Right, and what we talked about before, you know, everybody's coming out with strong openers, strong starters, but it's the closers. It's whenever we get deep in this series, whenever you have to dig deep, whenever you've had Counter-Strike open for about 6 hours now, because you've just been practicing, you've been warming up for this. It's this map 3. It's going to be Anubis. And right now, I think we're in our 7th inning stretch as we are going to cut to break really quick. Whenever we come back, it's going to be the 3rd and final map of Anubis.
What you think about?
Just not much.
The CT side, that could be very scary up against these MAC 10s. It is, and Griffin is going to be that first point of contact off Kenner, but he does get the double sprays, and Full Cap and Dingus Sparks are going to have to find a way back in, but Full Cap, this is going to be a blender, because all the CTs are here. They're getting the kills. Yeah, this is going to get uncomfortable. And that's going to be a spray. He thought he gets so close, but he gets distracted by another player, and we got it. The timing getting a little bit weird there as Zhao does go low in speed, but he finds something for himself. Does eventually get touchdown by Dingus Sparks. And
good flash.
Frosty with a nice little 2 advantage here for the T side. Nick might be caught out, but he does have the spin. Does find that first kill with that 5-7. Dingus going for a spray, and he's getting it. Full cast. Both players get 2, and now it's just going to be Burby with that 5. He might have the timing to get this AK and escape. Did he not pick it up? My guy! No, Bungus!
For the greenhouse team, but it's going to be deep cave control they go for.
Oh, that's a good play.
The shoulder.
Great forward position here. Util stuff coming out. Nick finds Vin. Now Bungus is going to have to 1v3. And now for the CT side. And they're already putting so much pressure against these T's.
Yep.
He's going for the play, but Fullcap finds a way to sneak around. Gets that kill onto aim through the smoke. So things are getting weird. Vin is getting caught out. And now Fullcap getting the trades, but Nick didn't have a chance. He misses. It's so uncharacteristic. He does. It's going to be even tougher with Amos. Hits you with the wall bang. Now Burby a little bit. That nade making things a little bit more uncomfortable. Down to 36 health. Peeking out. Wrong timing for him, and Burby with the derby is able to lead. And we're seeing the brakes pumped a little bit here from the Wraiths.
Nice
Frosty was staying a little bit tough for Zhao. All 3 players starting to push onto him. He's hoping he can get it down. And my God, Zhao finds a way to get out. He's able to exit. just enough. Dingus will get one, but it's going to be
dangerous.
1 for 1. And things are getting a little bit cheeky. They're starting to shoot through the pallet of wood, but the timing might get weird. They get the kills. Vin now in this one. They get the kills. Vin now in this 1v1. It's so up close. He's starting to stick it. And
Oh, he got
get
it.
it away. 7-7. He definitely go on catwalk, so actually they might just walk past each other. That ended up bad for Bungus because no one was home on cat. Kills here so far in this series, in this map. And they're going to be leading that charge with that flashbang, and that's a good angle, though there's not going to be spreading. It's getting really difficult now. Vin in this 1v2, getting chased around, and Burb all come in. Amos is going to get that 1 kill. Well, actually, it's Burby. Amos got 1, but Burby is the one who really collects. Dingus Fart starting to rotate over. The good flash there from Nick. Zhao, the Wombo combo. And now this timing is going to be good.
How does he find that? This round, you're going to try it. Op, M4, and MP9. Make that just an Op and MP9 as Burby is on a heater right now.
But they need more than that if they want to make this retake happen. But we're seeing a push through, and he's going to take down 2. No one's on the bomb anymore. Griffin trying to spray through, but he can't find Dingus. And he's such a tough economy for these seats inside because these rounds keep at B doors. Looking for that timing, and finds 2. Has 1 coming from A main. He's going to have to be... The author is scary.
If there's someone that can do it, it's Nick. He's been hot, but no, Little Frog
is the Wraiths, but they are spotted, and it's big 2 kills by that, and we're going to see Dingus Farts in a good angle. Once again, Griffin now in a 1v4, cannot do it, and
it's the Tech 9s again.
A push here, that Tech 9 push, it worked for them. However, Amos does find a way to get 2 kills. Now bomb has been collected, and Horse does find that kill, and they're starting to stick that bomb right through that volley. It makes things tough. Nick did find that kill, and now we're in the weird timing. Nick finds it! And on that A1 is getting put out. Zhao is going to be putting him out completely, putting him to sleep. That's tough. Now Nick has that 2 big kills with the bomb. It's getting defused. He's not getting it. Nick! Oh, no! 12.
crash into my face. Just another day on the shelf. Pull me from my silhouette. Years we've been astray. Now a broken shell remains. I cannot embrace what I regret. Round and round, around I go. The spinning makes me ill. An image held inside the very world I build. Please help me now, 'cause I can't even feel enough to know if I get out. I'm numb to the pain, but hollow without. Floating in a world of glass, I can imitate. Got a smile worth its weight when the mirror breaks. Will someone ask? Round and round, around I go. The spinning makes me ill. A hostage held inside the very world I build. Please help me now, 'cause I can't even feel enough to know if I get out. Will I allow another friend to try and help and fail on my account? I'm numb to the pain and hollow without.
Ladies and gentle cars, we are back for map number 3 tonight of the Challenger playoffs between Green and the Boo Crew. Momo, based on how the last 2 maps have went down, are you excited? Orange, you glad to see this?
Nope. No, of course I'm excited, Noodle. What? I don't know what more you could ask for, to be honest. That was the closest map to, like we said, in probably all time of us casting CSC, and you've been doing this longer than I have. You've been a player. That was just such a close map too. Honestly, like we said, the CTs, can't even think of the team name right now. The Greenhouse crew not having a player over 20 kills whenever Boo had 2, and they were still able to steal that. And it was all based off of how many ninja diffuses they had? 2? There's been a lot.
At least 2. There were like probably 15 diffuses throughout that entire game, and it ended in regulation.
Yeah, no, it did end in regulation, and I think we are in pistol round actually right now, as we are just going to hop over to the live game. It's going to be the Boo Crew on their T side, where they are known to be dangerous. We are on Anubis, series tied 1-1, as both these teams play for their playoff lives.
Right, you are. This is do or die. Your season can end. Full cap starting this round strong. Burby looking to bite back
but he's getting shot from multiple angles. However, he is the illusion. He is the diversion, and now the bomb starting to go to B, but little Frosty, ice cold, holding down the A bomb site, looking for more kills, and now just Nick and Burby on 2 opposite zip codes. Burby in this 1v5 gets that 1 kill and wants to see if they can find more. I wouldn't pick up that USP. Those things went out of bullets quick, but Vin shuts down Burby, and Lotus is on top for the first time.
So we've seen it, I feel like almost every playoff game, every map 3 we went to, it has felt like the fatigue has set in before the map is over, and it's been just a one-sided runaway. Lotus is taking the first pistol round, which is huge because the Boo Crew have taken pistols the majority of the series. Can they run away with this one, though?
Yeah, and I mean, we talk about how often in CSC, right, we see these 2 very close maps, and then map 3 ends up being a straight-up mollywop. So right now, it could be a little bit of a different test. We are seeing Bungus get that first kill, and that MP9 is chewing them up. Dingus collects 1 kill for himself, but Bungus just wants to get a bingo bango. Box wants another, but Dingus does blow them away with the farts, and now it's going to be 2-0 here for Lotus.
2-0, and that's 2, I would say, better rounds for the Lotuses than they had last map, because the Wraiths have not been able to plant the bomb once, which is a huge improvement, because I think, it was like 6 rounds in a row that they were able to plant the bomb, even if they lost the round?
Dude, I mean, 12 rounds and a half, right? I'm pretty sure throughout that they had 10 bombs down. 10 bombs down, they were cooking throughout that.
Now it's going to be rifles, the first rifle round for the Wraiths as Vin pushes through the butt crack hole in the wall.
Got to push on through. Amos looking to flash through the smoke. Dingus on the other side, but there's a player right behind him. Vin gets 2, and Vin gets 3. Wanting them all lined up. Now Griffin and Burby are going to be the only 2 players here remaining for the T side. They're starting to push through to the B side, but it's going to be full cap right on the other side. He gets 1, and Griffin says hello, getting that kill. But now he's going to be chewed up right there by Vin, who gets his 4th, starting out 6-0 here.
I love that call from the Lotuses, the double up through the crack and then just play each side of the staircase. The Wraiths taking an early timeout because they ran into that trap on their first rifle round. Decision to be made now. I'm expecting an eco from this team, or a light buy rather. They've cracked open a site before many times with just Tech 9s, looking to do it again this round, it appears.
Yeah, just need to reset. Right now, the Wraiths, I mean, they haven't really had to play on their heels too much, right? So far, they dominated the first map. And then even when they were down early on that ancient game, they were playing very competitive. So far, this map, they've kind of been punched in the mouth a little bit here so far.
Yeah, I mean, each map we've went to, it has started 4-0. It's usually on the side of the Wraiths, but this is not territory that is new for either of these teams. It's been dominant performances followed up by just a comeback series, it feels like.
Yeah, right now we are seeing the T's on these Tech 9s. That was what turned the tide early on that ancient game. They have elected to do so, but those shots from Lil Frosty, who's we didn't really talk about too much, but man, we say his name a whole lot, right? He's given crucial with very impactful kills throughout this series.
I mean, as we said, this Lotus roster has said to cut 8 people before going into this season. So you know they've perfected this roster, but can they get it done here? As the push from the Wraiths coming out of E-Box is going to get shut down by Vin and Full Cap. It's just Burby alive with the Tech 9 position compromise, getting spammed through the smoke. It's going to be Bungus. 4-0 is the scoreline. Rifles now going to be granted to the Wraiths. Can they make an impact with them?
Yeah, and I mean, traditionally, this map is considered to be more on the T side, and even though the maps mostly are on the CT side, we do always consider every map T-sided to a sense because of how fragile the CT economy is. So Lotus is going up this early right now. Have to be very excited about that.
Look at Vin's economy. Look how much money he has gained. 8-0 right now, sitting at $13,000. I don't think I've ever seen that before. but it is going to be Amos with the op in his hand. He was absolutely dominant on map 1, had a quieter map 2, but it was not their map pick, to be fair. How comfortable is he on Anubis?
He's going to have to make that op sing, but Lil Frosty right up close. Going to have contact, but his shoulder gets spotted first. Burby opening up this round, putting his team on that 5v4 advantage. Does go down, though, to about 39 health, as was Nick also going down to about 30 health as well.
Vin just got flashed out of B. That's going to invoke the rotate here from full cap. They are expecting this A play. Wraiths do have the man advantage. Nick low HP. Utility is pretty solid right now, but you have to hurry this up before the flank comes in and you get pinched on.
Yeah, this is very interesting. The A site take is starting to happen. Only one player is home playing just around that cake. It's going to be Bungus.
Oh, the timing.
And he is making it work. He's looking to eat up right now. Just jiggling all around it. He does go down, but it's going to be a 2-for-1 position. And now it's going to be looking at this at a 3v3 retake. 3 defuse kits, 1 molly, 2 flashes. But Amos does not fully connect. He finds a way to exit, though. Vin on such low HP that nade is going to touch down on him. Full cap and Bingus Farts are going to have to do it. And it's not going to happen. The Wraiths are going to get there first.
Dude, I swear these maps are just on repeat how they've been going. Wraiths now bouncing back in a must-win round. It was a good effort from Bungus to just shake that thing on site around cake, but was not able to stall long enough. It was a good bounce back round from Wraiths themselves. And Amos with the op. Obviously, he was able to get the leg and nade kill, but I want to see him dominate mid here and play aggressive with the T-side op.
Yeah, and I mean, before that take started happening, I was going to start pointing out how I was a little bit uncomfortable with the lack of map control that the Wraiths have had so far, but it didn't end up punishing them in this round, so I guess we're going to go ahead and see how this looks to play out here in this round number 6.
Vin bought himself an op and is still sitting at 7650. That man is rolling in it. But you can't say the same about everyone else. Actually, you can besides full cap. But Bungus finds Nick as he's not ready for that angle. It is the updated angle. You have to be on the lookout if you're playing that stairs position.
And what's interesting here, Anubis being re-added to the map pool this season. Burby finding a way to come back on that one. Even this round out to 4. Vin with a wall bang onto Amos. That's going to make things interesting now in this 4v3 advantage. Looking to continue some domination here. Lil Frosty throwing some util. And Dingus Farts coming out a little bit too early there. Does go down at middle.
Does, and now that he takes on, it's just going to be Lil Frosty here. Tries to pre-fire camera, but gets caught off guard. Runs into the wall, and Burby takes him down. A-side is gone. Do you consider a save here? Missed op shot from Vin. 3v2. I mean, you have the economy on everyone else. Why not give it a look, right?
Yeah, get a look. See if you can find anything early. Looks like they might do that, but Burby shuts down Vin. And now it's going to be full cap in this 1v2. He knows where one player is. Get the information from that util. 20 seconds left
kit
on that timer. And with no kit in hand, kit visible, though. He's going to find one. He's going to pick up the kit. He's going to pick up that op. We're looking at 10 seconds. It is planted right towards that front. He's going to be holding it towards Jao, but that nade almost not close. And this timer, I don't think he got it, but he did. No way, Jose. The Lotuses do get number 5.
That was a huge clutch moment from full cap, picking up the op, knowing that he's on low HP, and the nade almost doing the job. The bomb timer itself almost doing the job, but it was not enough. And I swear, it was the same number on each side. You can see where the bomb was at, and you can see where the defuse was at, and it was milliseconds away from each other.
Yeah, it really could not have been closer than that, and that's what we've been talking about this series. These rounds just get so dang close, and you touched on it earlier. The Lotuses, they are a team who swapped out so many players. So with Anubis being a new map this season, you would expect them to be uncomfortable on a map like this, but they are dictating the flow of this series right now.
They almost look more comfortable than they did on their own map pick of Ancient, but right now Wraiths just pressuring mid as everybody, besides I believe Jal is here. Lil Frosty holding his own in camera, but Burby gonna trade out Amos, who's been a big part of this T side. Ding is unable to find one. That's huge. Info given, and Griffin hits Bungus from behind.
Yeah, that was an uncharacteristic miss from Dingus. He has been lights out throughout this series. So far, having a colder start here on that map 3. We'll find the one kill on a Burby, and that's the Dingus we know. And now it's just going to be Griffin and Zhao in this 2v3, holding a post plant, but he might get 3-2-1 peaked here. However, he's going to find an opportunity, but full cap gives the bullets to him, and it's going to be 6-1 now for the Lotuses.
It's nice to see Dingus make that same round comeback after whiffing on the first player to enter site that was not ready for him. Wraiths taking their second timeout as the scoreline is 6-1. Anubis, always really considered a T-side map. You usually see people run away with the T-side. The Lotuses have been off to such a hot start. They are hard to stop, and let's not mention just how long it took to get in this game. They took their time, and it's maybe the Wraiths who's feeling the effect of it.
You are, and now we'll see what the Wraiths can do. They were so confident after that first map, and then just the way the second map went, it's like you just felt it. You felt they had that magic in them, and right now it's like the magic it's floated away a little bit.
I think Vin stole all the magic as he's back up to 12k, 10-2, and just has been a beast so far. Wraiths looking for an answer. They need to do something. Most importantly, they need to avoid Vin as Lil Frosty and Dingus once again pressuring the stairs position.
Zhao will open up this round onto Lil Frosty. I don't know if they're ready for a second CT in that position. They're not, but it doesn't matter because Zhao does go 2 for 1 as that happens. Bungus, though, playing right up close on this smoke. And this is where it gets weird. Flashing through smokes. Timing's getting awkward. Punching back and forth. Now it's going to be a 3v2 advantage here for the Wraiths. They're starting to recollect themselves, run through carpet, and it looks like an A main push is right on the verge. Zhao is going to be leading the way, and it's going to be Vin, the op with 12k, ready to hold the line. We'll see if he can do it with the op. He does miss his first shot. He jiggles, finds the second, and I think he's looking at his teammate for a second. Audio might be dropping out for a little bit as the bombs are dropping. Nick does get a kill, and now it's going to be a 1v2 here for Vin. He's peeking around, dancing, seeing if anything's free, but the timing works out for Nick at night getting that clutch.
Yeah, that was a huge clutch from Nick as finally things seem to swing the Wraiths' way. And honestly, I wanted them to reset a little more. I mean, they had the advantage 3v2, and it just seemed like they wanted to go A in a seamless transition. I like to let the CT side, whenever they're down a player, let them stew in it, let them make the mistake, let them force something that's not good for them. But it doesn't matter as this Boo crew takes round 2 and this final map 3.
Yeah, I mean, Nick really did a lot with that 3K. He had 10 ADR going to start last round. Now he's up to 40, and he's looking to continue moving that upward on the board as they look to come back into this game. They're in a bit of a deficit
this would
here.
Be timing.
Vin
Amos is
already
gonna find
down.
Amos. No.
Getting a little bit odd. Amos leading the charge. Does make a lot of noise with his op when he peaks. Right now it's a 3v1 split here coming onto B. It's only going to be full cap here on the back of the B bomb site, as everyone is so far away. 2 at mid, 1 towards A. Molly is going to land right on full cap. He might not get out in time. Burby shuts him down with the assist from Amos, though. Dingus is able to get that kill onto Griffin, and that Molly's hot, but he finds a way to get out Burby in just the nick of time.
Right, and with the economy now, that's not looking so good for the Lotuses. Do you reconsider this or do you give it a look? Obviously, Burby on 5 HP, but they don't know that. Dingus is going to poke his head in here. I don't think anyone's holding him, but right whenever I say that, Amos rotates the op over, but gets full blind. Jal in the corner, finds Dingus. Little Frosty trades him out as Burby and Nick close out the round. Wraiths getting 2 in a row, getting a little more comfortable in this map 3, and the economy now for the Lotuses is starting to sting.
Yeah, they're really biting back at that. It's only Vin that has so much, so it's kind of a decision here if they just want to save and go next, and I think that might be the decision, right? Because you can't get guns on all 5 of these players. He might decide to do a bit of upgrade, throw some pistols around to the squad, and it looks like he's going to be doing just that.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't want a hero rifle. You don't want the Opper really using his money on a potentially useless rifle as the beat push has been spotted. So they're going to start targeting this A. It should be a clean round 4 for the Wraiths, but they need to get this bomb down and get ready for the players that are about to storm this A site.
I wonder what decision's going to be made, if they're going to be trying to push into this retake or if they're going to try to lock them out, lock them into the bomb site, make sure they all die with them. But Griffin on this lurk is going to be finding one of the exits. Amos does as well. And now it's going to be up to the rest of the T squad, Nick, Burby, and Zhao. It's a team ace for the Wraiths, and they're feeling good climbing up to 4.
And the bomb has been getting planted a lot. The T economy now starting to bounce back, and oh my goodness, this map 3 has just been like map 1, like map 2. It's been getting close, it's been getting narrow after it starts out quite dominant.
Here we are, round number 11. This game started out in such a major deficit. Now it's up to 6-4, and Amos does a good job finding the player. Cannot do more than just a tag, and Vin does not need no sight. He just gets the kill. It's going to be a 5v4 advantage now here for the Lotuses.
That is tilting after you tag him. I don't even know how it was a tag. It looked like it hit him square in the chest, but it doesn't matter. Valve said it didn't, and Little Frosty with the push out, tagging Zhao, and most importantly, getting this deep position.
This is where things get interesting. I thought it was a little peculiar there to see the Lotuses go aggro when they're ready to man up. However, it's not able to get punished, and that's actually just some information passed to them. Now we're seeing the bomb pressed very closely at mid, isolated. And he is looking to go back, but that was a little bit spicy there.
Yeah, it is odd playing aggressive with a man up, but one thing that you don't see good teams do not play scared, and the Lotuses, even though this series has been so close, they are not backing down for a second. It's going to be full cap once again on the back of this B bomb site, who cannot back down.
Yeah, full cap has been huge. The timing, though, Nick pulls out utility wrong, and now it's a 1-for-1 trade. 3v4 bomb goes down for advantage here for the CT side. Vin did get tagged earlier in this round from Amos's op, so that could be something now. Griffin does find Bungus, who was going to be the very long flank. Burby finding a way to tuck himself back in this back plateau. Flashbang and Smoke looking to cut the rotation off. Zhao will find the kill onto Dingus, and Griffin finds Vin. Now it's just going to be Lil Frosty picking up that op and getting a little bit sketchy as he finds his way out of the bomb site. Now we're up to 5 here for the Wraiths.
Up to 5, and it's just 5 rounds in a row from the Wraiths, as it was or was it 5 rounds in a row? Was it 6-0, really? Maybe I'm crazy. I need to look at the scoreline once again.
No, 4 in a row. Been very close.
Oh, okay,
these last 7 rounds have been tight.
Yeah, it's been so close as this whole series has been just contested. Another timeout taken. It's going to be actually Lotus's first timeout, as they need to decide what they're going to do in the final round of this half. 2 MP9s coming out. Op on Vin, who has been hot, but has cooled down recently.
Yeah, I mean, elite start to the game for him. Not, like you said, not much has been done in the last few rounds. But anyway, we are getting here to the end of the first half. 6-5, Lotuses leading the charge. Started this game 6-2, so things are slipping away. This looks to be almost a mirror of what we were seeing on Ancient. How will this first half end, and how will the sequel be? Let's get into round number 12.
Almost feels like if any of these teams were paired up against anyone else, they would be a sure shot to go to the next round of playoffs. But they have to face each other, and only one can move on. And Amos aiming down mid, trying to make sure it's going to be his Wraiths, but a missed shot gives Bungus the info. He knows where Amos is in, then hits his shot.
Yeah, that's going to be big. Rest of the T side is starting to explode, though they are split up just a little bit. And Bungus might have timing. Zhao does have a trade. And now it's going to be a 3v4 disadvantage here for the T side. We're seeing some contact, but it's coming at such awkward times. Amos will find it, and now it's going to be a 3v3. 2 defuse kits, 1 on Vin, 1 on full cap. 2 smokes, 2 flashes for the CTs on this retake. 2 gonna have to come through camera, 1 through boats, and now Amos is gonna be holding. He is flashed, and he is up close. He was holding the off, and he is getting torn apart. Now Zhao does get his trade. Zhao has been big for trades, but Lil Frosty gets
nice shot.
back, and now we're in a 1v1 between Lil Frosty and Griffin. We are seeing a smoke grenade go towards that bomb, playing the off angle, but Griffin does find him. 6-6 now.
Yeah, I really liked how Lil Frosty played that as well. Smokes the bomb and then just pushes forward just a little bit, holding an off angle. But Griffin, 10-9, has been a big part of this 5-round run now for the Wraiths. And he's just showing how prepared he is. And again, we talked about this being considered a T-side map. We were kind of concerned for the Boo crew. But now they've tied things up. Can Lotuses put on a performance on their T-side?
I mean, this is... I was not expecting Lotuses to just straight up punch the Wraiths in the mouth, right? Like to how they started that up, and yeah, I mean the Wraiths finding a way to fight back here. So it's a new story, it's a new game. We're all tied up, and the Wraiths now on the CT side. We'll see what they can do when they can settle up here.
You know, gonna be pressure towards the A bomb site as there's a fight in Canal. No damage being exchanged though. Amos has been huge, like we said on map 1. Has the dualies, has been big on pistol rounds as well. Has been a big part of why Wraiths have been out winning the Lotuses on pistol round.
And we are seeing a rotation through water. 4 players looking to come through E-Box. Nobody is home on the B site. They are very far. They're just sitting in the backyard. Not really sure who has entered the premises, and now it is getting tapped down. Nick does get 1 kill, and now they're going to have a 5v4 retake here. Some missed shots on the escaper, and now it's going to be a move here. Bungus is going to be stuck here on this plateau. A little bit of a team flash there, though it does work out. Zhao, Amos, all combining for kills, and now it's just going to be one big lurk here coming in from Vin, who might have to save the day, but they have found him. He's starting to shoot the diffuser, but it doesn't matter. The bomb is starting to get diffused. 7-6 now here for the Wraiths.
The Wraiths only losing 1, 6 rounds in a row now for them, as maybe a timeout's needed for the Lotuses, but they gave up the B site completely and only losing 1 on a retake where they did not have kits. They kind of had to rush things. It doesn't matter for them as they are red hot now. I don't know how Lotuses are going to stop them. They got the bomb plant. They're going to try to go with the force buy, but if this force buy gets shut down, Greenhouse is in real danger.
It's been such a masterclass from both these teams. Whoever wins this game, I just have so much faith in both of these teams. I don't know who's going to come out on top right now. Wraiths, though, do have an advantage going into this round, though it has been a buyback here from the Lotuses. They're leading the charge through mid, not surprising them just enough, though. Bungus finds 1, Dingus finds another, but they're still at the disadvantage.
All 3 players grouped up mid here, but Burby with that kill onto Dingus is pretty much going to solidify the round. Bullcap has to swing into Burby's crosshair as well. It does not go well for him. Yeah, so this is what I was scared of. If you're a Lotus fan, look at the economy now. You have not won a round in so many rounds. It's been, how many rounds is that? 7 rounds since you've won.
Yeah, they have just been killing it right now. The Wraiths are feeling themselves. They're going to be forcing the Lotuses onto a save round now. Wraiths on the brink of round number 9 for themselves. And they got to be feeling themselves, but they can't get too high. That is the tale of the best of 3. Griffin up close with this MP9, spraying everywhere, only finding 2. Zhao does find a trade. Bomb starting to get tapped down, and I think it's going to go. It does get planted. They are going to be taking the last 2 players. Burby, they're going to get in the defuse. 9-6 is the scoreline, but Lotuses, they can't be too unhappy about that.
No, they can't, and they are gonna take a nice time out here. I'm gonna just say that now. I'm gonna manifest it because they've been responsible. They're gonna talk about this gun round. I think they're gonna go probably for canal control. I think pinching the B bomb site would be in their best interest because we saw them on the pistol round get away with a free plant. They just weren't able to play the post plant good enough. They only got 1 in their post plant. If they can just pinch E-Box, I think they're going to find their first round in a while. But no timeout taken. They don't need to talk about things. They're confident in this rifle round.
Yes, they are right now playing these defaults right now. A 2-1-2 split up here from the CT side. Griffin trying to peek down into canals, will molly and get themselves out of E-Box.
Wraiths, no matter what position they're put in, they look so comfortable as they're going to triple up towards mid. Nothing is home, though, as Zhao's going to be tested by Vin. Shoulder spotted. Famas versus AK. Griffin's here as well. Oh, no. Does Vin fall for this bait? He knows Zhao has left.
Vin is tapping away. He will get the first kill. And that's going to be Fungus, who does go for the trade, but only 2 players here from the T side with the bomb are coming out here. Full cap is not committed. And we are seeing the rotates through the water. The push is starting to happen. 4v4 is the scenario as they are looking to push up onto the bomb site. That smoke will get Tempo out of there, and it's going to be Dingus Farts who gets a kill. Burby does get a trade coming in from E-Box, but Bungus gets another big kill. And now the 2 CTs, I think they're going to make a decision here. It's going to have to come soon. They have an AWP, they have an M4, but they don't have any util.
Lotus is finally converting around as Wraith's going to have to run back and save. This game is just going to be so close, man. Even whenever the Boo crew went on that run that they just went on, you felt like Lotuses were just so close to winning a round. They were so close to being back in control of this game. So a must-win round does go their way. Their rifle round, they're able to convert. They need to keep this momentum.
They certainly do. They certainly have the money to do so. Saving that op is going to definitely assist them. So we'll see what happens on this next gun round. Lotus is going to have to go up against a wall for the next couple rounds. So we'll see if they brought their jackhammer.
You know, I don't think I've seen a Twitch chat so evenly divided. I feel like the Greenhouse and Boo crew both showing up, supporting their teams. It means so much to these organizations to move on in these playoffs, and they are showing the love to their players as Dingus was feeling a little too much love as he forgot to jump throw that molly, just spikes it into the ground. Amos finds Bungus. Wraiths want to take that advantage right back as, oh my goodness, Vin is so close with this MAC-10.
Yeah, I like this this aggro attention to burn so much util. I mean, they're already in the disadvantage. You got to even it out where you can, and if you're making the other team waste about $2,000 a util, you'll take that dub.
Lotus needs to stabilize here. It's important to string together a run of rounds yourself. You don't want to just win one round in the middle and go back to losing like you have the past 8 rounds. This is so very important to stabilize, to come alive, somehow catch Wraiths off guard.
All right, now we're seeing 3 through B main, 1 from E-Box. Only 2 CTs are ready to hold it down, and Amos is so far away. Zhao is kind of by himself, and Zhao goes down to Lil Frosty. Bullcap does take down Nick. He does get a trade, though, from Burby, and now we're getting this 3v3 scenario, right? We have 2 defuse kits, but Burby's on such low HP. This is going to be interesting here. Amos will have a flash. He's going to thump it high. Things are starting to quiet down. This is a tough retake here. The post plants have gotten very wide. There's going to be tough angles. Smoke does go down towards B main, but it doesn't fully connect. Bomb does get tapped. Vin gets a kill. Burby does trade. Now Bomb is starting to get stuck, but the
Huge.
2 big kills. 8 rounds on the board here for the greenhouse.
Noodle, I think I would have lost it if we saw another Ninja Defuse. I don't think my heart can take another Ninja Defuse in this series, as it is now a 1-point game deep into this map 3, deep into, well, not deep into the playoffs, actually very early on, the first round of playoffs, and you're getting games like this out of the challenger tier.
Yeah, I don't know if my voice can handle much more series like this throughout the playoffs. I mean, we're here on night 1 of the Challenger playoffs, not even to the quarterfinals. These guys are swinging.
Oh, it's
we
not
got
even
King
quarters.
Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah, we talked about how it's not David versus Goliath, even though that's five tiers or 5 rankings that separate this team. The 11 seed versus the 6 seed. It does not matter. Amos finds a kill with that 5-7.
Flash making things a little bit weird. The CTs had to save this round, but they're making it a lot closer,
Oh, no.
making it a lot better than you would have expected. Now it's going to be a 2v2 setup on this retake, and right now they're doing so much more than I thought. Full Cap does take down Chow, and now it's just going to be Griffin with the 5-7, getting 0 kills on that last bit. So it's going to be all tied up here at 9 here, Momo.
You know, we've seen Tech 9 conversions from the T side, but we have yet to see in this series 5-7s come up big for the CTs, and that's another round where it almost happened, but it was kind of the MP9 putting in work, and Amos obviously opening up that round. But I don't know, it just feels like we're getting to see that Anubis is really T-sided, and Lotus is starting to get comfortable again. The Wraiths are not out of this one, as they're going to call a timeout and talk about what they need to do to get back on track, as they've lost 3 in a row.
Yeah, this is where things start to really settle in here. Lotus is feeling good. They brought it back here. However, it's all tied up here. This is map 3. This is your season. First one here to round number 13. You're on the edge of your seat. People are getting tired. You have to find a way to stay in this.
Yeah, this is, I mean, honestly, this might be one of the closest series that we get to watch all playoffs in every tier, because these teams are just exchanging haymakers. Anyone can pull away at any moment. Luckily, Lotus is starting to build up a cash stack, but these rounds have been so close that, I mean, Bungus is at $750. It's not a huge cash stack, but you want to get the bomb down. Finn might be tested up close. It's 2 players. You're going to see a flash out potentially.
The flash did not work, though. It only goes 1 for 1. Griffin, very good on the trades. That's one thing we've seen very well tonight, right? We've seen a lot of instant trades. These players are very disciplined here. But that strat did not end up working, as it only went 1 for 1.
All trades favor the T's, as they've slowed this round down. 60 seconds left on the clock. Indecisive where they want to go. Starting to lean towards A. If Griffin can find something through this canal, that would alleviate pressure towards the A side.
Starting to move through here. 2
45
players
seconds.
electing to go from carpet. 40 seconds now. And the stack, it's starting to lean a little bit towards A. That smoke there towards E-Box might telegraph a little bit more. Only on the bomb site is Amos.
30
Harvey
seconds.
already close in cameras. 4 players, all 4 players here from the T side coming up from A main. The push is happening. Another missed piece of util. We've been seeing that a lot lately. People are getting tired, but Dingus will get the first kill. Trades going back and forth. 3v2 is the advantage, making a 3v1. Griffin is on the wrong side of the map, as he's now in a 1v3, trying to race in. Does not have a kit, does not have a clue where either of these 2 players may be. One is dancing. He has the info. He's spraying out his old M4, though. He's spraying his phone, and he cannot connect with it. Now he knows where both are. Has to be dancing around these close angles, but they're baiting and switching, and he is forced to bite, and nothing is on the other side of these teeth. He might have to run.
The
So we
team
get a
flash.
team flash. And now he picks up a new M4. But the other team, they pick up a body. The Lotuses take number 10.
Yeah, and I don't want to leak medical records here, but Griffin spraying his load must have had a vasectomy or something because there was no fertilization happening on the site. I'm sorry. This is a very close series. This is very serious.
Oh, man. Hopefully Blayton didn't hear that, but here we are. Round number 20, 10-9 is the advantage here for the Lotuses. Right now, we are seeing 4 MP9s here on the side of the Wraiths. 1-5-7. This is really getting down to the wire, and the Wraiths had such a big lead earlier. They had such a big string of rounds earlier, and things are starting to slip away. The ghosts are starting to fade away, and now the T side looking to push through mid. Griffin right around this corner. Dingus did find a kill, and Griffin only finding one. Nick does get a trade though through middle, and are now sitting here, and it's a 3v3.
So many 3v3s as Nick is low HP'd. He could be tested. No, it's just going to be camera. 2 players doubled up in A main, but Dingus finds Zhao. Will they expect the other one? I don't think they will because one's been cleared, but it doesn't matter as Bungus takes full cap down anyways. Nick low HP spots the leg and denies the bomb plant. It's going to be Dingus versus Nick 1v1.
Yeah, the 9 plant is huge. Dingus does enough to just find him. 11 now is the scoreline for the Lotuses, and they are just on the brink of match point. They are feeling it, and the economy here, it's still bleeding on 2 of these players here for the CT side. They're gonna buy. They're gonna have a solid buy, but they're not gonna have a great buy.
If you lose this, that's going to be series point going the way of the Lotuses, as it hasn't been one team wins a round and another team wins a round. It's been these long stretches that each team has win on, as Lotuses have now pulled together, I believe, 4 or 5 in a row of their own. 5 in a row of their own. Trying to make it 6, trying to extend this into series point and move on into the quarterfinals of the playoffs, but Boo is not done yet.
Things are getting tight here. Lil Frosty trying to see what they can find. They are really putting the Wraiths on their heels. This CT side looks so uncomfortable here for the Wraiths. They are just getting punched in the mouth continuously of late. Griffin, though, might have found a gap in E-Box, but Full Cap takes full advantage of that. Sprays him through the smoke. Zhao goes 1 for 1, and now it's going to be the B site cracked wide open. I'm not sure how the CTs get back into this. Their util is so light, and they only have 1 kit. I think they saved it for match point.
Does that re-interest you? That's 3v3 now, but again, your util's so light, maybe that kill comes back to haunt you if you're the Wraiths. Because you're going to force yourself now in a situation you don't want to be. Vin playing close to the smoke. Needs to find at least one. He does. He gets it done.
He only got 1 there. Burby finding 2 big kills. Both the T's, or the last T left is towards B main. The bomb is starting to get tapped. The spray, it does connect. Dingus farts, blows them away. And now only 1 on the bomb. It's going to be a kill. And Lotuses take us to match point.
Series point for them. Amos is going to not have the op on this series point. Once again, they find the kill on the person that's going for the flank, and it re-interests them in the round. They were able to make it a 1v1, a 2v1 even. But it doesn't matter. Lotuses can steal this, can take it away, can move on, and all that effort, the 3 hours that you've been on the server, all for nothing if you cannot show up here.
Number 22, that MP9 looking to get aggro. Full Cap does not want to give anything away. That is a lot of damage there given up to Amos, and now they do find a gap. Lil Frosty finds Burby. He has been the heavy hitter here for the CT side, and he has been taken out of this round.
And that's such a huge find because it just splits up this team. Everybody has to rotate towards mid, and here comes the B molly. But again, bombs on the A side of things. There's still a lot Little Frosty playing through the smoke. If he can find another one, you can just write the name down. Lotuses for the quarters.
Yeah, the Wraiths, they've just been so uncomfortable on their CSC side, never really getting a foothold on anywhere of this map. It's just everywhere they've been running into, trying to hold, they have not had the reads. The authors of this map have been Lotuses. Lil Frosty finds his second kill on the round. It is Nick going down. And now this 5v3 advantage, they're starting to push out. It's going to be Vin going down, giving away a kill. 2 still on the B bomb site. Bungus starting to look to the flank. He does make noise. Griffin turns his head and might find something.
Oh,
though he
you don't swing that.
info a little bit too early. And that flash does send them back. That's info for 2 players. Now it's going to be a 4-on-1 here at the A bomb site as we see Lil Frosty actually just look to cut the rotation, look to cut the legs off of them.
No.
And it's just going to be Amos. He is getting chased. The snake is getting captured. It's the Lotuses winning the series 2-1 and 13-9 on map number 3.
What a series by both these teams. I mean, they put everything they had on the table, clearly exhausted. We saw so many missed pieces of utility. Lotuses, they started to fall. They lost like 7 rounds in a row, 8 rounds in a row, but it does not matter because they just came back and won 6 of their own and took the series away from the Boo crew, and they will be advancing on to the quarters. And it's technically not an upset as Greenhouse were the 6th seed.
Yeah, I mean, the series just started off crazy, right? Because we saw the technical underdog. These teams are separated by 1 game, all right? No one was an underdog here. But we saw the 11 seed straight up just dominate that first map. And then we had the second map, which they were just going blow for blow. And then pretty much the same thing on this map. We saw a little bit of domination early on from the Greenhouse, but then we saw that round 8 rounds of strung along here going up the side of the Boo crew. However, that is what best of 3s are all about. They found the heart in themselves to be able to clutch it out. This is what you do. You have to be able to survive not just 1 map. You have to survive 3 maps, and every single round is a new moment, is a new opportunity to do greatness and do great things. And Greenhouse grew and showed it throughout that entire series, and I mean that was such a great learning lesson for them to take in through the rest of these playoffs.
Yeah, and I mean that was such a tough series that the 11 seed just gave you. I got bad news if you are a Greenhouse fan. You got to go up against the 3 seed now. You got to go up against the Molotov Mages for your next game, and that is going to be a difficult one, but you just showed how much resilience you have in this one, how you can stand up whenever you got, I mean, let's be honest, you got stomped on Inferno. Inferno did not look good at all. Your map pick of Ancient, you won off a Ninja Defuse. Is that safe to say? A Ninja Defuse secured you that map, made sure overtime would not happen. Map 3, you look good, but that wasn't your map pick. that was a coin flip.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams, they definitely showed they belonged here in the CSC playoffs. And I mean, Greenhouse, at the end of the day, they did win this map. And I mean, every week, every match is a new game. So I guess we'll see what they do against the number 3 seed. I am so excited to see how this team does. And yeah, I mean, both these teams, they just played so good, played well together, played trading. They were trading so well. You could see a lot of missed shots on that third map, but homies were tired. So I mean, I guess we'll see how it goes at the start of the next series for them.
Right. I don't make the schedule. I don't know what game we're gonna get to watch until we get here, right? We know a little bit before. But I think, I mean, if you're the people if you're Streamhead, you got to put this team on another A stream. I mean, that the next series that they have against the Molotov Mages, that is going to be a banger stream. Like, that is going to be huge.
Momo, there's 40 games going on tonight.
Dude, I don't care. I want to watch these series. This is the series I want to watch. This is the team I want to follow because that series that they provided was, I mean, that was just pure content and just amazing to watch.
Yeah, well, speaking of pure content, I mean, let's give one last shout out here for Konatoki doing an amazing production here on the stream tonight, producing and observing. They cooked, got all these replays here for us, got all these great kills caught on stream for us, and shout out Blob and Bean for really doing some great stuff for us between the HUD and the transitions. I mean, it was just really awesome here, and yeah, it was just great to be able to stream. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in here, and yeah, I mean, Mo, you got anything to say?
Everybody in this chat, if you're still here, type I love you, Konatoki, for observing and producing just this whole series, doing a phenomenal job. I don't think he missed really a single kill. I mean, that was some crisp observing. So just thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in, and we will catch you next time.
Love you. Seeing Bungus get that first kill, and that MP9 is chewing them up. Dingus slashed through the smoke. Dingus on the other side, but there's a player right behind him. Vin gets two, and Vin gets to push through to the B side, but it's gonna be full cap right on the other side. He gets one, and Griffin says hello, get ill. But now he's gonna be chewed up right there by Vin, who gets it.
That's the push for him. The Wraiths coming out of E-Box is going to get shut. The Tech 9 position compromised, getting spammed through the smoke. It's going to be Bungus. 4-0 is the...
Playing just around that cake. It's going to be Bungus. He is making it work. He's looking to eat up right now. Just jiggling all around it. He does...
You can't say the same about everyone else. Actually, you can, besides full...
Here, Anubis being re-added to the map for this little Throsty, throwing some util, and
now that he takes on, it's just gonna be a little Frosty here, tries to pre-fire.
If you can find anything early, looks like they might do, and with no kit in hand, kit visible though, 10 seconds, it is planted right towards that front. He's gonna be holding it towards Jao, but that nade almost got close.
I believe Jal is here. Little Frosty holding his own in camp.
Far having a colder start here on that map 3. Will find the one kill on a Burby. It will open up this round onto Little Frosty. I don't know if they're ready for a second CT in that position. As that happens, Bungus though playing right up close on this smoke. And this is where it gets weird. Flashing through smokes. Timing's second. Audio might be dropping out for a little bit as the bombs are dropping. Nick Ben. He's peeking around, dancing, seeing if anything's free, but timing works out for... Molly is going to land right on full cap. He might not get out in time. And Amos does a good job finding the player, cannot do more. And now it's going to be a 3v4 disadvantage here for the T side. We're seeing some Frosty.
Nice shot.
And now we're in a 1v1 between Lil Frosty and Griffin. We are seeing a smoke grenade go towards that bomb, playing the off, surprising them just enough though. Bungus finds one, Dingus finds another, but they're still at the disadvantage. Too high. That is the tail of the best of 3. Griffin up close to this MP9, spraying it, and I think it's gonna go. It does get planted. They are gonna be taking the last 2 players. Burby tapping away. He will get the first kill. And that's gonna be Bungus. Gonna be Dingus Farts who gets a kill. Burby does get a trade coming in from E-Box. Vinny util.
Lotus is finally converting around as...
Hold it down, and Amos is so far away. Jao is kind of by himself, and Jao goes down to Lil Frosty, B main, but it doesn't fully connect. Bomb does get tapped. Vin gets a kill. Burby does trade. Now Bomb is starting to get stuck, but the 2...
Amos finds a kill with that 5-7.
CTs had to save this round, but they're making 2v2 setup on this retake, and right now they're doing so much more than I thought. Full cap does take down Jao, and now it's just gonna be gripped.
2 players are gonna see a flash out potentially.
Deflecting another missed piece of util. We've been seeing that a lot lately. People are getting tired, but Dingus will get the kill. Trains going back and forth. 3v2 is the advantage, making us on the other side of these teeth. He might have to run.
The team flash.
And now he picks up a new M4, but the other team, Griffin right around this corner. Dingus did find a kill, and Griffin only finding one.
He tested it. No, it's just going to be camera. 2 players doubled up. I think they will because one's been cleared, but it doesn't matter as Bungus takes full...
lot of damage there, given up to Amos, and now you do find a gap. Lil Frosty fight going to be Amos. He is getting chased. The snake is getting captured. It's the Lotuses winning the series